arrows for the win.
What are they, like boxing glove arrows from Green Arrow or something?
Close enough.
Okay, I think we are ready. I think we got everybody where we want to be. I think we're ready to jump in there. So the first thing we need to know is, how did Jen wind up here? Let me show you where we're at, Jen. This is the Dimgaard map. We are way down here on this corner here. Lots of elves in the forest there, of course. But you've got to decide why it is you have decided to leave the forest and move into civilization.
Okay. Do I just walk up onto everybody, or?
Right. So the first thing we need to do is construct a scenario to get you in with these other groups. So I will just start with Zell and let him tell you a little bit about his character. Dave, you want to?
I'm a meat shield. Yeah. So Zell is an ex-military captain, and has basically been traveling with a portion of the group, because we've had a few people fall in and then fall out, and he basically just looks a little bit more worn for wear than he used to. He also has collected kind of a variety of weapons as they've gone along because of what they've been going up against. So he carries a greatsword, a maul, he has 2 throwing axes, a longbow, and a quiver that doesn't exactly seem to ever fill up.
So, like the Ultimate Fighter?
Kind of. He also has a shield. I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
Oh! Speaking of, after we get past introductions, I have a question for the DM.
Okay. Then Jedediah. Tell us a little bit about, Rusty, tell us a little bit about Jedediah, so that Sergio will know what he's jumping into.
Jedediah was a noble brat whose entire family got killed. So he turned to the streets, picking up the role of a bounty hunter. He's a rogue by class who likes to play the role of a ranger with an assortment of firearms. I do damage from afar, and things go bang and boom.
Cool. Then Kevin, you want to tell us about Bakvar?
Yes, Bakvar is a man in his 30s. He's human. He carries around a giant gavel, which is a maul by stats. And he is here to bring justice to people who avoid it. Mostly those of the arcane nature and demons and such.
So Judge Dredd, but divine.
He judges people.
Sure. And then Tobias, you want to tell us about, or Jacob, you want to tell us about Tobias?
Yeah, Tobias is basically human. His family was wiped out when he was a kid. He was orphaned and raised with the clergy. So he wears heavy armor and is basically a battlefield cleric. Pretty much it.
Cool.
Okay, and then Lefty, a little bit about the owl.
Yep, so the owl, whose real name is Orin, he's a light-footed halfling, shorter than the average halfling. He's more of a freelance rogue right now. He's working for Celius, who's a thieves master of a major guild presence and mayor of the city of Leichport. He has a penchant for spotting traps and an obsession with gems. You'll always see him taking the gems from the party rather than having the coin. He's known as the owl to local residents because he's mostly active at night, and he prefers camping in the trees rather than on the ground or at inns when adventuring with his buddies.
Okay, so with those in mind, Sergio, tell us what you think about Jen and how Jen would wind up with this crew, or at least exposed to this crew.
Okay, so Jen is a wood elf monk. He's a loner hermit all the way through. Even while he was in the monastery, he was a bit of a bookworm, to say the least. And some of the teasing, he also turned a little bit to drink. So he doesn't remember if Jin is his real name, but he did gain a little bit of interest in arcane and magical secrets. So he's a monk, but he wants to learn more about magic as he grows. And he was told that there might be some magical secrets wherever he ended up.
Right, so to help Jen out a little bit here, I'll give you a little bit of the regional background. Carl Abbey here, it is a monastery and also a winery. So that would help explain why he would leave his home in the Farwood to seek out, and it's a human civilization, right? So it's so his fascination with drink and his inclinations toward aesthetic traditions could have drawn him to Carl's Abbey, where he is now affiliated with humans. You'll note that you will need to remain in disguise, right, as elves are a persecuted minority among the humans. But that shouldn't be a big deal.
He's filthy.
Yeah, so we're going to presume that Zell has at least had an introduction to these guys. I mean, that Jen has had an introduction to these guys. And then back to Dave, you had some question. You had something you want to bring up about Zell?
Yes, the full plate armor that I had the Vardatis family working on. Is that done yet?
Yeah, that should be there by now. Yeah, you should.
Woo!
Yeah, as part of your downtime, you would get that. Take possession of that, get it fitted, get it all good to go. And that also brings...
Who was I giving the split mail to?
Say it again.
Who was getting the splint mail that I had?
Who wants the split mill? We have split mill available if anybody wants to be fitted and upgraded to
I think you were talking about Bakvar last time.
Bakvar would not complain about higher armor class.
Alrighty. Oh, there you go.
Okay, any other downtime we want to participate in? Jen, you may want to... there is a thing called the ceremony. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. It's one from the starter spells in the Unearthed Arcana. And
I got rid of my magic initiate feat. I was too low statted.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the point of the ceremony is. Let me pull it up here. Whoops, that's wrong.
I've read it. That you do like different rituals for like an hour, right, or something like that. You marry people.
You participate in them, and then for the next 24 hours, you could have an extra D4 to ability checks, for example. Right, that's initiating into the one true faith. If you wanted to perform that ceremony before we started, you could do that.
Oh, so basically I get full day guidance.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
So was there a reason I wouldn't do it?
Well, there might be role playing. I mean, strategically, you would want to, but there may be some role playing reasons that you may not want to be initiated into the one true faith.
I want to learn magical secrets, and this seems like the right step, so.
Yeah. Right, so then as you set off to leave Carl's Abbey, they give you the blessing and coming of age ritual ceremony, I should say, and this is what it looks like. You touch one humanoid, and you'd be that one humanoid. And you are now officially a member of the One True Faith, and for the next 24 hours, you have guidance on all ability checks. Anything else anybody wants to do with their downtime?
Yeah, Tobias would like to meet whoever's got to meet or whatever, but I want to learn Draconic, because this is like three sessions where we've needed it, and I don't know what's going on, so I would, if I could do whatever I got to do in my downtime to try and learn it.
Okay, give me a intelligence check by Tobias.
An extra person with Draconic would be useful.
Oh.
That actually will be an 18 because you will have a teacher for this. All right. So give me another. Give me one more of those. Okay. So you think you've made some progress. So you should note that you've had 2 weeks of study for that Draconic at this point. and that will lower how much you need to make in the future. It's an ongoing process. Doesn't all have to be done in one downtime.
Cool.
Just put that in your character notes somewhere, or I can, I guess.
I put a note down where the languages were.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
What other languages have we encountered? More towards the group. That way, there's not any like specific DM metagaming.
There was kobolds.
Right, they speak Draconic though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kobolds are draconic, but they're
I've got Common, Elven, and Draconic right now.
Yeah, there's a pretty heavy population of goblins along the Farwood edge there, and half orcs move around quite a bit as they have cultural centers that they move between deep in the Farwood and other places to the north. Those would be the two unusual languages that I would suggest. You might steer away from dwarf, and there's not a lot of dwarves in the area, so I wouldn't recommend dwarven. Goblin and orc are going to have more utility than dwarven for sure.
Yeah, I've got dwarf, elven, and gnomish is the ones I was given.
Gnomes are a good. Gnomes have. So gnomes are a small minority, but they infiltrate the human societies disguised as halflings, so they have a disproportionate impact. They end up driving a lot of the plot lines in Dimgaard, just because they are so well dispersed. They're modeled this is out of game, but they're modeled after the Jewish culture in medieval Europe, where you had a relatively small population of Jews, but they disseminated across Europe and had a disproportionate influence, right? And you see that in the gnomes as well. Anybody else want to do anything with downtime before we jump into the actual action of the evening?
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and try learning Orc, because we have run into that a couple times.
I think we would have a teacher for Orc. Sure, go make me a couple of intelligence checks. All right, so we make some progress, but we don't really learn a lot of Orc at this time. So just note that you've spent 2 weeks and made progress both weeks. And but we are still not really even conversational in either of those languages at the time.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So then,
For downtime, Bogfire, I guess, is on a perpetual search for magical shields.
oh, for magical shields, you probably will not be able to find an actual magical shield, but you might be able to find
If I could find like
blessing. Yeah.
like leads or anything towards such a thing.
Yeah, you. Let me pull up that always. I should remember that by memory as often as it comes up. I'll pull up the campaign guide, but I think it's an investigation check. But I may be wrong for an actual shield.
Sipping away right quick while downtime stuff is going on. Food's here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we've got a couple of minutes.
I guess searching for magical items. Sure.
DM, this is Lefty. In about 8 minutes, I just got to pick up my clothes from the dryer downstairs, so that you know I'll need a break there.
Okay. Okay, let's look here. To find specifically a shield. Yeah, it is an investigation check.
Okay.
Do you know how many times previously you've looked for this by any chance?
Currently I've not. This would be the first.
Oh, this is the first. Okay. So we got an 18. That's quite good.
Especially for a +0.
All right, so that would be 18. Actually, just at the end of the 2 weeks, you would find. So you don't actually find a shield; you find a blessing that will enable your normal shield to function as a +1 shield for up to a minute. And activating it requires no action. You just decide that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. That's not bad.
So at any time during the day, you can decide, I want my shield to be a +1 shield for the next minute, and it will do so.
Is that once per day?
Yeah, once per day. Anything else?
I would like to craft a regular rifle.
Okay, you have 2 weeks to do so. I don't know, what is the value of a regular rifle?
500 gold pieces.
You would be able to get like a little over a tenth of a rifle crafted during downtime at this point. But you can get started on it, right?
Cool, well, let's get started on it.
Okay. Yeah, so you craft at 5 gold pieces a day. And so it's going to take you a total of 100 downtime to do that, and we've got 14 of that 100. So just note that somewhere on your character sheet so that we can track that during future downtime. That's a very good use of downtime. All right, then away we go. We've got everybody's introductions taken care of. It's been several days since we ran into the issue with the lizard folk in Hoik Swamp. But we have rejoined today. We're beginning the day going about the downtime activities that we just discussed. Starting the day with our friends and comrades. We've got a new one. We've met this discreet wood elf disguised as a human, apparently trained at Carl's Abbey, where he picked up a taste for wine and other indulgences of the alcoholic variety. And just as we finish the breakfast, a young woman enters. She looks like she is a villager, but you notice that her garb is slightly different than what you would expect for a villager from Schmidtford. We are in Schmidtford, by the way. And so she comes up. She says, "My name is Sienny. I'm from Talgia, which is a few miles downriver. And I believe you may be the last hope my village may have, at least the village as I've known it all my life. Talgia forever has benefited from an ancient forest. It has provided us sustenance and recreation and just the comfort of being there. We call it the Elt Grove. And as long as there's been a Talgia, there has been the Elt Grove. But recently, as in within the last year, Sir Macon, who is the noble in charge of Talgia, he's a vassal of Schmidtford, has steered us away from that traditional lifestyle. He built a water mill, and he now is trying to develop all of these mechanical processes to exploit it. The result is pollution from the river is corrupting the Elt Grove. It is no longer the welcoming and fruitful place that it has always been. There's now a darkness that hangs over it. There's corruption that has set in. We are too afraid even to go in to harvest the nuts and fruits and berries that have sustained us for so long. Sir Macon favors the new mechanical-based economy because it provides hard currency. And he seems to be willing to sacrifice the Elt Grove if that's what it takes to power his inclinations. So we need someone with the capacity and the willingness to bypass Sir Macon and root out the heart of the Elt Grove and do something to repair it and return it to the verdant forest that it once was. We do have a small collection that we've taken up amongst those of us who are inclined to save the Elt Grove, if that would be persuasive for you.
Is it legally his land? Is this something where we're going to be the bad guys and traipsing on his land?
I probably he lays claim to it, right? So he is the only noble within. So the Elt Grove is not large; it's only about a mile across, and he's the only noble in the close vicinity to claim it. So probably just by right of nobility, he would say that it is his to do with as he desires.
And what is he trying to do? You said he's trying to automate things. I mean,
that's right. So Sir Macon, he was first propositioned by a group of investors from Moorsgate, and they told him that if they would loan him the money to build a water mill, if he allowed them to then use the power from that water mill to build a tannery. And so initially there was this tannery that occurred about a year ago. And then as things got established and an infrastructure got built and more Talgians began to realize that maybe it's better for them to work in some sort of an industrial situation than to farm all day, they fired up a lumber mill and now a paper mill, and all of that is quite destructive. So the Elt Grove is about a half a mile downstream from all of this new activity, and the runoff is polluting it. And in particular, they have begun to harvest the timber from the Elt Grove for both the paper mill and the lumber mill. And so many of the most desirable trees, some of the oldest in the Elt Grove, have already been cut down. So it could be that the Elt Grove itself is reacting against the intrusion, or it could just be a product of the pollution in the river that is now flowing downstream. But the Elt Grove is not happy, and if something is not done, it will be scrapped for the timber and paper mills within another 6 weeks or so.
I get it, guys, but I just don't see what we can do if it's his land and he wants to cut the trees down. I just don't see what. I mean, we can't go in there and tell him to shut down his business because he's tearing out or messing up the trees that he's already going to cut down. I'm just not sure where we have what we can do.
I think at most we could do now is talk to him, but they say the forest is it's scary to enter. I don't think pollution from a mill is going to cause something scary in a forest, so maybe there's something else going on.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. If we want to go there and talk to the guy, I just got a feeling it's going to be, hey man, this is my area. I'll do what I want. Get out of my face.
Yeah, but isn't that killing other people?
We've done plenty of that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I mean, I'm down for talking. I don't think I know this whole situation. I don't think we're getting enough information. So if we want to go check it out, I'm down for that. But
yeah, we definitely need some more info. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm all for going and checking it out. If nothing else, just to get the full story.
What you need is a druid.
So
Do we have one?
True.
We did have one.
Tobias,
I'm
have you
not
been
looking
drinking? You
inside.
sounded Irish.
That wasn't me.
Shit, I meant Zell. Shit.
Could have been drinking.
Me, apparently.
So yeah, no, we can go check it out. Find out what's going on, and because I don't think that like it was mentioned earlier, I don't think a forest getting scary would be a direct byproduct per se of a tannery. I could see the forest being cut back on if there was some other type of force that was trying to fight back, might cause some issues, but we would definitely have to either get some more info or we could just go check it out.
Either way, it sounds like we got to talk to the guy, so we might as well just go hear what his side is, see it for ourselves.
Sounds like a plan.
okay. So let me get a picture of. I didn't prepare this, but I have it available. Let me get it uploaded here. I have a picture.
Zoe orders a wineskin of ale as they leave.
I'm just going to grab my wineskin that's already full, apparently, and keep it coming.
Wait. What's there?
Okay, so we're going to go meet with Sir Macon. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Hopefully he's not aching for some bacon.
let me show you what
let's do
the
this.
area looks like on the way there. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
this is the actual village of Talgia, and you can see that it's only like a couple of 1,000 feet. So down to the Elt Grove. The Elt Grove is not. I even overestimated. I said it was about a mile across. It's actually only about a half mile across. All right. So yeah. So we go to Talgia. So Talgia is different from the other villages in the region in that, like I said, it has this water mill, and there is a new burgeoning industrial sector. All right, you got this alchemist shop, you got a tannery. Within the village itself is a lumber mill and a paper mill. They begin to export finished goods. Right, so yeah, Macon holds court in his keep, and so what is he? He is surprised to see you here. He's like usually people are these days are either looking for something that we're producing or are interested in beginning using the water mill to produce something. But I don't get the inclination that is why you are here.
You're pretty much correct, yeah. We're here for more of a story that we were told about than what we think we got.
Okay. So what is it that you want to know from me?
Well, the main thing that we're trying to figure out is because we were approached to try to find some type of resolution to what we gather is potentially not exactly an issue on one end. We were told that the Elt Grove. Wait, is that an F down there?
That's a T.
That looks like a T.
Elt.
Elt, ELT.
Okay. We were told that that was basically being wiped out over time, and that there is a concern that if that is wiped out, that there will be other issues that arise because of the tannery.
Well, yeah, so that's an accusation that has been levied for the past year, right? So the tannery went in a little over a year ago. Over that time, the Elt Grove has grown to be a darker and noticeably less healthy stand of trees. But that actually is one of the things that inspired us to invest in the lumber mill, right? So we are intending to raise a renewable forest of softer woods across the river there. But in the meantime, it looks like the Elt Grove has seen its finer days, and we have no issue with clear cutting it until the renewable forest comes into place. It'll make it's a nice stand of hardwoods that we will be able to export. There will be many cottages and other facilities built as a result of the Eltwood. It will contribute not just to the good of Talgia, but to the entire region as we disseminate those hardwoods to both Smitford and Leechport, as well as all the other communities in the region.
Okay, so as far as me, I don't see really any major issue with that. You're working on getting a renewable forest put in. What's the issue with the grove down there? What's going on?
Yeah, we're hearing some rumors and some things that people are uncomfortable and they're concerned. I mean, that's why they would come to us in the first place.
Right. So anytime you make a significant leap forward in the development of society, you're going to have reactionaries to that. You have people who don't want civilization to advance. And that's what we have here. We have a group of individuals who don't recognize that things evolve. They want to keep Talgia in this perpetual state of agrarian backwardness. They don't want to embrace its future as a rising industrial center. And they insist that there is something other than just the natural progress of industry at foot in the Elt Grove. We've found no actual indication of that. There have been some attacks by unexplained creatures by groups that used to harvest from the Eltwood, but we have plenty of jobs for those people in the new factories that we're building. There's no reason for them to go looking for berries and nuts in the Eltwood anymore, right? The money, the hard currency we make off of their efforts in the lumber and paper mills, we can buy whatever we want we're harvesting from the Eltwood. And it's a more consistent supply. It's not governed by weather or water or in things that could magically influence the Elt Grove. Right? We know that we pay a certain amount to the markets in Smitford and Leechport, and we will get a consistent supply of fresh fruits and vegetables. It's just purely sentiment is the only thing that drives individuals to want to preserve the Elt Grove.
Can I inside check him? I'm just naturally paranoid of anyone who thinks they're all that.
He's completely truthful. Yeah, he's
Would it be?
he believes what he says for sure.
Would it be okay if we perhaps went to the Eltwood and investigated? Maybe we could put the townsfolk at ease, and if there's nothing
That's a good idea.
paranormal or crazy going on.
So my claim on the Eltwood is merely that of proximity, right? There's no one who technically owns the Eltwood. There's no royal decree of any kind that grants it. I can't keep you from going to the Eltwood. I like I said, I would note for you that it has become something of a dangerous place. But if you want to go to the Eltwood, be my guest. Or the Elt Grove. I don't have an issue with anyone entering it.
What has made it so dangerous? If it wasn't before and the kids would play there, what has changed to make it more dangerous?
Well, I would say a couple of things in general. Wilderness areas on the edge of civilization, particularly those that are coming into a rather abundant economy, often will draw individuals who are inclined towards criminal behavior that they don't want to be. And they're looking for so there might be some banditry going on there. That could be the source of it. And then because the Elt Grove is beyond anyone's control, there are just, things in nature that occur that can change a once idyllic environment into something that is hostile and dark. There are foul magics that can perpetuate those type of transitions, and that could be at work there as well. But it's nothing that we have done. It's nothing. It's not the intended result, or I don't even think the byproduct of our activity here in Talgia. I think that is an accusation born out of hysteria from those who are opposed to progress.
Just in case, though, would you be opposed to stopping at least the cutting down of the trees there while we're there, just so everything will be kind of neutral? We won't be feeling like we're the antagonizers walking into the grove?
Yeah, there are other stands of trees we can focus on for the next few days. Yeah,
just temporarily, just long enough for us to check it out, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
That's appreciated. I think if we can go into the forest and prove or just dispel these rumors that are upsetting the townsfolk, then they can say they brought in outside help and brought them in, and we said, no, it's not the tanning, it's not the industrialization, it's not the alchemist that's causing things. But if there is something going on that's shady from one of these businesses, I'm sure you would want to know about that as well, and then it'd be good for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, let's go do it.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Okay. So it is only a few thousand feet between the keep and the Elt Grove. Is there anything you want to do before we head in there?
Maybe we should go ask some townsfolk, get some other opinions.
We could do that.
No, I think we should just check it out, man.
Okay.
Let's go check it out.
On the way, we might stop by the alchemist and see if they have any, health potions.
Yes. Everyone should have a couple of potions of healing. If not, we need to stop by the alchemist's shop. What is my passive insights amongst the folks here?
I have
16.
16 is good enough. All right, so at the alchemist shop here, like the guys who operate the forward-facing operations, there's like a little shop there where they do the business, are definitely halflings. But those who seem to be doing the actual alchemy are gnomes in a rather rudimentary disguise as halflings. Seems like they're going through the superficial process of pretending to be halflings, but probably anyone who cares to take a careful look is going to realize they are actually gnomes. So probably Sir Macon is aware of this ruse and probably is okay with it. But yeah, they have any sort of alchemical supplies you would want, like potions of healing or antitoxin, alchemist fire, flask of acid, all that sort of stuff. And
if we're going to the forest, some anti-venom would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, and since you are actually at the alchemist shop, they have those at half price. So you could...
Oh! You don't say.
No. Too bad I'm pretty well stocked.
What does a health potion run for? I'm pretty squishy and poor.
50 normally, so 25 here.
I can't even afford that.
I'm going to go ahead and buy you 2 of them because you're going to need them.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna buy 2 for you as well.
Consider it as an investment.
4 health potions?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to spend 150 gold total. 50 for the 2 potions, and then 100 gold for 4 antitoxin vials.
And then I've got 3 4th levels, is that right? And then 2 3rd levels and a 1st level?
Right.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Okay.
I'll buy 4 health potions as well.
And trying to see what else we might need in here. Definitely not alchemist fire.
I'm going to buy 4 of the anti-venoms. Toxin, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for, the description for it.
Oh, this area gives me the creeps.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
I think so.
Let's get the party started, guys.
Okay,
Ready.
so if everybody could make sure they can move their tokens for me. Okay, you should be able to see everybody's token, their name, and their health bar at the top, and then you should be able to move your own.
And remember, don't forget, when rolling initiative, click your token first.
Thanks, Dad.
So can Jin move his token? I haven't seen him move. Yeah, okay, very good. Okay. All right, so hints of a once majestic forest are still slightly visible, but every single plant shows some signs of withering. Further, rather than songs, there is only an occasional painful squawk of fowl in the distance. The expected fresh scents one would get in a forest are instead low-grade smells of decaying organic matter. This area marked as 1 is difficult terrain unless you have a climb speed. 2 is the same, except it also provides half cover. The foliage also is lightly obscured through 15 feet, and then past 15 feet, it is highly obscured. And we will jump right into initiative here.
Woohoo!
Yes.
The owl with the 22. We got some high initiatives this time around.
Speak for yourself.
Look at that. That's to be expected. It's okay.
An 11 with a +4. Yeah.
Hey, I only get a +1. And I got an 18.
Exactly.
+0. 18.
Was well, you forget I have that good luck stone, so
True.
Otherwise I would be at a 17.
What is the owl's passive perception?
The owl's passive perception is 15.
All right.
Same here.
I got a 16.
All right. So the owl's passive perception, you get an odd tingling on the back of your neck that something is amiss here in this part of the forest, but you don't actually see any other creatures yet.
All right, the owl's going to hoot out loud, which is his alert signal for his party to be cautious.
And anything else?
I'm gonna pull out my short bow and knock an arrow.
So you're going to ready to attack something?
Yeah, if anything emerges that looks like it's gonna attack someone, let's say, for instance, Jin, I would let loose.
Okay. So, right. So I think it's going to get everybody. Yeah. Yeah. No, maybe. Yeah, I think it's going to be centered right here. So I think everybody except for Tobias, I need a DC 12 strength saving throw. So what's happening here is grasping roots and vines spring up from the ground, and you need a DC strength saving throw, or you are restrained, and you can
Strength saving throw.
strength saving throw.
What? And what's this against?
It is a vine blight in the middle of the path right there. And all right, so we got Balkvar is restrained. Let's not do green. Let's do yellow.
I couldn't use Dex, right?
No, it's got to be strength.
No, this is strength.
And it's Aaron is restrained. Jedediah is restrained. A lot of people are restrained.
Everybody but Zell.
Everybody but Zell and Tobias.
Yeah, baby.
But that does trigger the owl's readied action as this massive vine suddenly begins wreathing around everybody. So you can make an attack at disadvantage for being restrained.
Fudge!
Nice.
Oh,
9 is going to miss though.
Oh, disadvantage. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it will be Zell's turn. Oh, by the way, so let me actually lay this down.
I think Bogfar's got a higher dex than I do, though.
My dex is
You decide who's going to go
11.
first. Oh, wait, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do.
I've just got a straight 10 on dex.
I'm just gonna smack this thing next to me. So you have something more interesting.
I'm going to be moving up to beat the shit out of it with my sword, so, you know.
Although it seems to be an area thing, you might
There you
walk in and immediately get restrained.
Not worried. You guys are restrained. That's the
It is
worry.
difficult terrain, so it's going to use your full 30 feet to get to there. So all that area in green there is difficult terrain. All right, so what is Bokvar going to do?
I think Zell was going.
It's Zell's turn, yeah.
Does an 11 hit him?
11 does not hit him.
Neat. So I'm going to use one of my super handy dandy extra attack bonus actions from War Priest to try to hit him again. And I'm going to guess a 12 misses.
No, a 12 does hit him. Yep.
Ooh, delightful. So I'm actually going to expend a superiority die.
We have arrived at
Let me see.
We know the magic.
I'm sorry?
We know the magic number to hit him now. 12.
Oh, okay. He's going to need a DC 14 strength check.
Okay.
I say it.
Okay, he succeeds.
Oh, yeah, it makes it. So here's great sword damage, and looks like 14 damage total, as far as what I can tell.
All right.
And that's basically what I'm able to do right now.
Right, so you connect pretty powerfully with him. Looks like you have disrupted large portions of his vine mass. We would call him bloodied if he were a humanoid. Anything else from Zell?
No, that's all I'm able to do.
Okay, Bogvar is restrained, but you are right next to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how effective a blunt weapon is against this weird creature. I'm gonna swing my maul. I think I have disadvantage, so that'd be 11.
11 will miss, yeah.
That's all I will do. I will swing wildly with a hammer and do nothing.
Okay, so from the edge over here, this looks like, it initially looked like just a shrub amongst the foliage, but now that it's beginning to move, we can see that it's like a plant in a vaguely humanoid form. I guess it would shoot at Jedediah. So it is going to, a needle comes shooting out at Jedediah for armor class 22 for 7 piercing.
Ouch.
And it will be Tobias's turn.
The Bokvar being restrained, can I use my attack and free him up, or what do I have to do? Or is it like that kind of restraint, or are they just stuck?
He's got a mass of vines wrapped around him. It would be your action to free him, typically, unless you have something going on.
No, I'll just do that.
Oh, so you're going to go up and try to free Bokvar? Okay, it's a DC 12.
Yeah.
It's a DC 12 strength check to rip the vines away from him. He is still restrained. Yeah.
Nice try, though.
I thought you all lifted, guys.
All right, so this needle blight is going to also shoot at Jedediah. We got armor class 16 for 5 piercing. Then it is Jedediah's turn.
I'm pissed this vine blight has me restrained. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
With disadvantage, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Sharpshooter wouldn't have any effect on that, would it?
No. Okay. So one is going to miss.
Misfire the gun.
Oh, that's right. You misfired again. Yeah. Anything else from Jedediah?
Bonus action to try to repair it.
Okay.
Fixed.
Right. So Jin is restrained. What is Jin going to do?
I guess I don't really have much of a choice but to try to get out of this thing.
Okay. It's a DC 12 strength check to break out of it.
Saving throw or check?
Check. So you would get a D4 added on that for the ceremony, for the coming of age ceremony. Yeah, even with a D4, we're only going to be able to get to an 11.
Yeah. Is there a chance I can... could I throw my short sword at the vine blight that's in the center?
It is an action to try to break free of the vines, so you would.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. All right, well, I guess I don't really have much.
Okay, so this other vine blight comes out. Looks like it's going to attack the owl. Going to crit the owl for 15 piercing. And the final needle blight. Oh, it's going to come out here and... Oh, I guess it's going to attack Jin. A 19 to hit Jin for 4 piercing. And we are back to the owl.
Okay, the owl was caught off guard, which is very unlikely to happen again. And I don't know if I should attack the vine blight or the thing that attacked me. It's kind of obscured anyway. I'm gonna make a check to see if I can break out of the vines.
Okay, it's a DC 12 strength check. You do. You are no longer restrained.
So I'm gonna drink a potion.
Well, it is your action to break out of the vines. It requires an action to break out of the vines.
Oh, it's not to drink a potion is not a bonus action.
No, it's also an action to drink a potion. Okay.
Got it. So then I'll move now that I'm free, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'll move and then I'm gonna make a stealth check.
Okay. And so we are back to the vine blight. Let's see. All right. So the vine blight. I guess it's going to try to constrict Bokvar now. 23 to constrict Bokvar.
Yep.
And so Bokvar takes 12 points of bludgeoning and is even more constrained. It's a DC 12 to escape him now, but now he's also got you directly. There's no difference really. And then it is Zell's turn.
So, what's Bogfar down to HP wise?
Like
how good are you?
about 2/3. I think I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So, what I'm going to do is, what was your stealth roll? To 11? Oh, I probably see it. So, I'm going to go ahead and, who is, the owl is going to get Shield of Faith. So he's going to have a 15 AC until my concentration breaks. And as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and smack the Vine Blight.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Wish. It will be Bokvar's turn.
Can I do that a strength check to try and break?
Yeah. It's a DC 12 to break free.
Oh my god.
We suck.
It's a lot of ones.
Today, just resting.
At least it's not me this time.
Okay, so we got a Vine Bite come up. Going to shoot at Jedediah. Got armor class 20 for 8. And then it will be Tobias's turn.
All right. The Vine Blight has to make a DC 13 dex check.
All right, so it fails. Oh no, I'm sorry, it succeeds. What was the DC you said?
It was 13.
Okay, so it succeeds.
I'm going to hit Jedediah with Healing Word as my bonus action, then I'm done.
Okay.
By the way, I'm just clicking this so that way it's on there, so that, for record.
Gotcha.
I forgot to click that.
All right, this is going to move up, shoot at Jedediah. Arm class
How
7.
much?
Arm class.
How much health did I get?
Oh yeah, we need some help, some healing from Tobias. Okay, got 9 back, and then
And I hit for 9.
and then you get hit for 9. Yep.
Thank you so much.
And it will
Tobias,
be
I owe you a drink.
Jedediah's turn.
I really hope killing this thing is going to get us up unrestrained, so I'm going to probably the last thing I do while I'm conscious, take a shot at the Vine Blade.
Okay, an 11 will miss.
Son of
It is Jen's turn.
Bonus action, can I move and hide? Can I move and then hide?
Can Jedediah move? No, Jedediah is restrained.
So I can't move.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can hide though, can he?
Yeah, so these guys have blind sight, right? They're plants, so they don't rely upon vision. Yeah. It is Jin's turn.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so Jin is no longer restrained.
Yay. My only bonus action, I believe, is punching if I've already punched, which means the only thing I can do is move right now, I think.
I believe you're right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to move over here and in between three of them, and hopefully I won't get the brunt of everything.
Okay, so this is going to move up, shoot at the owl. 7 will miss the owl, though. This one will move up, and it's going to shoot at Zell. I believe this buff misses Zell. It is the owl's turn.
Hey Dan, quick question for you. Do these have advantage or disadvantage?
Against a restrained creature, they have advantage. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That I was just confused why the owl didn't.
Why the owl didn't what?
The one that attacked the owl didn't have advantage. I was just confused and trying to figure out why.
Oh yeah, the owl's no longer restrained, so they don't have advantage against you any longer.
Woo woo. Plus, you have a nice 15 AC for now.
That's right. Thank you. And I'm going to take a shot at the Vine Blight.
Hey!
Hit. And your sneak attack will proc now. All right. So this guy collapses, but it does not end the effect. Looks like once they're activated, they are going to remain in effect for a while.
I now really, really wish I'd bought that Alchemist's Fire.
First thing I thought of, dude, when they come out of the woods.
Zell's turn. Yeah, whenever you said we definitely don't want Alchemist's Fire, I thought, that's interesting.
As you were going into the forest, I was like, hey man, fire in the woods, it's gotta be a bad idea.
Hopefully they don't have a fireball ready because we'd be screwed.
It is Zell's turn.
Yeah, we don't have a mage. So the one in front of me, he looks like he's unconscious, basically.
Yeah, the only reason I left him there is so we'd see really, now that everyone who is affected can be affected. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, so is Bakvar still grappled?
Yeah, yes. The people who are restrained are still restrained for a while, and or until someone breaks them out or they break out.
Gotcha. So, okay, I need a refresher on how you guys do that movement ruler thing.
Space will dragging.
Yeah, you drag it and then press the space bar where you want to put a waypoint.
Okay, so I'm going to go to this one, because you said that this light green area right now is half movement?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain. Uh-huh.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to move to this guy right here, and I'm going to attempt to smack him.
Okay.
Hey! Please tell me I get 24 hits.
Oh, yeah.
So with that said, I'm going to expend another superiority die, and I am actually going to see, it's going to need a DC 14 Wisdom save versus a menacing attack.
He fails. Fails no one.
Awesome. So it's going to have disadvantage on attacks, but it also takes 16 damage.
Okay, so it collapses into a bunch of twigs at that point.
Awesome. Well, I don't have anything close enough to do anything, so I'm done.
Okay, it is Bachvar's turn.
I want to break out. Nope.
Okay. Moves up, shoots at Jedediah. Armor class 15.
Missed.
Okay. And then it is Tobias's turn.
I'm gonna move over and heal Jedediah.
Okay.
Thank you.
This one moves up, shoots at Jedediah. He'll miss. It'll be Jedediah's turn.
The ones that have been shooting at me, they are obscured, correct?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Is that the same as cover, or
No,
how does that work?
Yeah, they are just at the edge of where you could see them. If they moved a little bit further back, you wouldn't be able to see them. But where they are right now, you can see them.
Perfect. The one at the south here, I'm going to take a shot. Actually, no, I'm just going to try to break out of this restriction. The advantage is killing me.
Yeah.
And you
Hey!
All right.
Plus a 0 for the win. And I'm just going to move kind of, not really in the middle, but just out of the heavy stuff.
Okay. It is Jin's turn.
Well, I don't think I have any way of reaching Bovar. I mean, the monster, so I'm going to help Bovar get out, even if I'm not really strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No.
Oh, I can add a D4
Good
for
try.
that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's got to be fate.
Get a 2.
Anything but all right. Coming of age ritual for the win. Yeah.
Has anybody broken out with anything higher than a 12, or did every single person get a 12?
I think everyone's gotten a 12.
Okay,
That
so
was-
I guess this one will
That's all that we need.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? Shit.
looks like Jedediah is the closest one there. We're going to crit Jedediah for 15.
For 15. Oh, I'm alive.
Holy shit.
And it is the owl's turn.
The owl's gonna drink a potion.
Yeah, he is.
And it is Zell's turn.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly 15 feet. And I got to heal somewhere. There it is. I'm going to cure wounds on Jedediah for, that's going to, ignore the 16. Hold on. Why did that?
You probably have it in there as some sort of an attack roll.
Yeah, I have it in as because there's not a heal roll.
Right?
So I put it in there so it would roll it by automatically. So the first one would be, so he'd get 11.
Okay. So Jedediah gets 11.
Yeah, how do I, yeah, because I can't do a spell card won't actually roll the thing on there. Yeah, I'll just have to remember that. So yeah, he takes gets 11, and we will kind of sit there because there's not anything else I can do for anything that's gonna be in range.
Okay, it is Botvar's turn.
I am going to dash into the woods through the difficult terrain
Okay.
and use my bonus action from Charger to swing my gavel at this thing. For
16.
if 16 hits,
Yes.
12 damage.
Okay.
Plus 5 17 damage.
17 damage. It crumples into a pile of twigs. All right.
Nice.
So I think this one would shoot at Tobias. A 20 misses Tobias, right?
I have a 20.
No, I mean a 19. He needs a 20.
Yeah.
He only had a 19. It is Tobias' turn.
I'm going to try and hit him with a Sacred Flame.
Okay. Whoops, I'm sorry. Rolled the wrong thing there. Ignore that.
Go ahead.
14.
He saved anyway.
Okay. This one will move up. He's going to shoot at Jedediah. 10 will miss Jedediah. Jedediah's turn.
I'm going to take a shot at the one that just shot me.
Okay.
Advantage, disadvantage.
I think it's just straight. I don't think there's anything applying there. 18 will hit. Okay, he is still up though. Anything else from Jedediah?
That is all.
Okay, Jin's turn.
Who's left?
These two needle blights over here.
Yeah, I got nothing. Well, actually, I'll take advantage of my wood elf self. I just need a little bit of nature to stealth, so I'm just going to go over here and make a stealth check if that's fine.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. It is the owl's turn.
Yeah, I was going to take a shot at this guy down here. Put a circle on him. And not.
Yeah, that's going to miss. Zell's turn.
Well, in the interest of preserving the natural order of things, I'm going to rush. Which will put me right there. And as a bonus action, because I still have one more, I'm going to swing at this one.
13 hits.
Okay.
Now this one's already quite heavily damaged by Jedediah. So,
Yeah. Yeah. For 15 points.
Okay, and he goes down. Bokvar's turn.
I don't know if I can make it. So the light green part is not difficult terrain, right?
Right. This
It is currently.
this would not be. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is this circle where we all got hit difficult terrain?
Yeah. It remains difficult terrain for a minute.
Right. Okay.
Right, but I see the circle off on the side.
Yeah. I should have put that one.
See, I'm like, why is there a circle over there? This is okay. I get it.
I was so confused. I was like, oh, maybe it's
like
just
that.
my computer.
No, it should be like that.
Okay. I get it now.
I wonder. 36. Yeah, no. So I can't make it. So I'm just going to dash as close as I can, which is about here. And that's it.
Alright, so it will shoot at Bokvar. An 8 will miss Bokvar.
It will miss.
Okay. It'll be Tobias' turn.
I'm going to try and hit him with Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Naturally.
So a 12 fails, right? For one.
Yep.
It is Jedediah's turn.
I thought it was radiant damage.
No, it says, yeah, it says fire. It's actually radiant, right?
All right. I'm going to just move a little bit to get a little bit closer and take a shot with the pepper box.
Okay. That'll hit. All right, that's going to eliminate him.
Woo!
Alrighty. Well, I think. Is there anything that we can get from what we just killed? If we do like a survival check, would there be any point, or like maybe potentially some herbs off of them or something?
Right. So if you're proficient in either the herbalist kit or the poisoner's kit, you could extract.
You broke up the first time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't catch the first part of that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So if you're proficient in herbalist kit or poisoner's kit, you can use either of those, or you can use
I have
nature.
a herbalism kit.
Yeah. So
You guys
Okay.
want? I
What
can try
about
to get
medicine?
no, not medicine. Mm-mm.
So was anyone proficient in any of those three?
I have an herbalism kit and I'm proficient in it.
All right, I'm going to give him guidance.
I have nature if I can assist
And I have
as
a
well.
+4, so herbalism kit's a nature thing, right? So it's intelligence.
Should be
Yes.
wisdom.
It could be either wisdom or intelligence, whichever's best for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, nature is intelligence.
Nature
My bad.
is
I'm thinking
intelligence.
survival.
Yeah.
So now keep in mind you do get
To that, so
you can add a D4 to that as well.
Yeah, we need to get to a 20 though. We're not going to be able to get to a 20 from a 15.
It doesn't stack.
2d4s,
No,
one
they
for
don't.
the ceremony.
No, they don't
guidance.
stack. Mm-mm. Yeah,
They don't stack. Oh,
Nice
Well,
try.
no, wait.
Nice try.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they would stack. Yeah, they are different sources. I was thinking that the ceremony was guidance, but it's not guidance. So yeah, so that will succeed. Yeah, my mistake.
Nice.
sweet.
All right, cool.
So I got
So
poison.
if you want to try the other ones, go for it, because none of us are going to have any ability.
Well, we've got a total of 5 remains that we can draw from. So that would be one of them.
Yeah. Yep. Nope.
That,
Wow.
wow.
Valiant effort.
I like that you're rolling the same on all of them.
Yes.
Look at that.
That'll work.
We got 2 more.
So we got. Yep.
So I have 2 left.
2 left.
Yes. There's not helping that one.
So don't roll. No, I could get 8.
The guidance I gave you was only good for one roll.
But it's a cantrip, isn't it? You can just keep casting it.
No, it's not. It's from a magical item.
Yeah.
No. I have both.
I was gonna say, I've got the cantrip. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, then I'll just do that one.
right. But we would have to have done it before you rolled.
Well, I was.
Oh,
I
no, it
thought-
doesn't matter.
yeah,
Didn't
I
get
was,
there.
I was presuming we were though. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. We'll do that then.
But we still
Okay, I
don't
got
get
one
that.
more.
But we have one more.
There's potential.
Drum roll.
Oh. Okay. So we only end up with a
So we
couple.
got 2 out of 5. And because you were the one that did that, you get to make the notes. Have fun.
They're no good to me. You guys get to have the poison.
Right, but you're part of the party, and you did the scavenging, so...
All right. So as we are wrapping up with those bodies there, or with the remains,
Oh, no.
there is a tremendous motion through the undergrowth, and without warning, wild horses come stampeding through. All right.
Knew it!
There are, 14 of them total. All right, so what is Zell's passive perception?
16, yo.
Okay, so Zell, you could do one of 3 things here. One of 4 things. You can always dodge, but you can also either move to a safe location yourself, or you could shove someone else to a safe location, or you could try to wave off some of the horses that are stampeding through.
So, which direction are they coming from, and where are they going?
Oh, they're moving through. So they're like coming from this direction, running through us.
Okay. Okay. Oh. You know, I gotta try to, fend off some.
Okay, so the expected methods would be either wisdom, animal handling, or charisma performance. But you may have some other method for waving off one or more of them.
I caught animal handling, and then you cut off.
Charisma performance would also be a likely use. But you may have a different one. You may have something else in mind to prevent one or more of them from attacking.
Might.
Would we get any kind of advantage, like a save, if the ground is still rough terrain right in front of us?
Well, it takes a minute or 10 minutes on each one of those bodies.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's long gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. I can't safely roll those, so I'm a ring of jumping myself out of the way.
Okay, so you move to a safe location. No problem. So what is Jedediah's passive perception?
15.
Same thing for Jedediah then. You could dodge, move to a safe location, shove someone else to a safe location, or try to wave off some of them.
I want to use the pepper box and just unload into the air to make a loud noise to try to scare some of them away.
Okay, that sounds like a performance check, unless you've got something else in mind there.
Then, since I have, actually, I'm not proficient, but I do have good charisma. You know what? No, I'd much rather take the safe route. I'm going to push Jin out of the way.
Okay, so
50%, so I would know that as well, wouldn't I?
say that again, I'm sorry?
I have a 15 passive perception, so I would notice it just as well, wouldn't I?
You would, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you go to shove Jin out of the way, and Jin says, no, I'm going to be fine.
Well, that's fine. I'm jumping out of the way, too.
Okay, so Jedediah jumps out of the way.
I just want to help people. Just trying to help people.
I appreciate it.
Same thing for Bakvar. What is Bakvar's passive perception?
That would be a glorious 10.
Do you have anything like the alert that would keep you from being surprised or would give you advantage on perception checks?
Nope, I'm thoroughly surprised.
Okay. Tobias.
Caught with his pants down.
What is Tobias's passive perception?
13.
Okay, so Tobias is. What is the owl's passive perception?
15.
Okay, so the owl can do one of those four things.
Yep. I'm gonna go into the light brush and hide,
Okay.
or jump out of the way if that's the best way to go.
Yeah, you can flavor it however you want to, but they won't be able to attack you. Is the point? Okay, so we got 14 of these guys. And they're going to be. Oh, and I'm assuming Jen is going to move to a safe location, right? Or did you want to do something else, Jen?
Say that again, you cut out.
Yeah, so Jen, you technically have the same choice as everybody else. I just presumed you were moving to a safe location, but you.
I'm going to stealth in the bush. I can stealth with any amount of nature as a wood elf, so.
He's moving.
Okay. All right, so. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so we got half and half. So half attack Tobias and half attack Bakvar. So here are the 7 against Bakvar. We got a 20 for 10.
Yep.
6 will miss, 7 will miss. 12 will miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 19 for 8. A a 7 will miss, and a 17 for a 6. And then here are the 7 against Tobias. We got a 7 will miss, a 15 will miss, a 9 will miss, an 8 will miss, a 14 will miss, a 6 will miss, and they all miss Tobias. And then they go.
That's what I do, man.
Dramatically dies. That's Bakbar.
Oh, so
At 0 HP.
I'm going after Bogvar.
Yeah, so Bakvar is rendered unconscious. And then does anyone have a reasonable nature check?
Yep, I'm control nature.
The owl did like 2 crits with it.
Crud.
Right, so if anyone's proficient in nature, they would realize that this is not really a natural terrain for wild horses. They usually are out in, someplace where they can run unimpeded. They're not typically in a densely foliaged forest. So it seems like they were probably not a natural phenomenon that came through there, is the point. So at that point, are we going to go on, or have we learned what we needed to? And
I'm going to say we're going to need some rest, and that way we can get people healed back up.
There's nothing that looks like it's preventing you from taking a short rest. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
During the short rest, I just want to keep watch.
Thank you.
I guess
All
it
right.
wouldn't hurt to take a short rest for me with my 1 hit dice.
No, Bakbar, hold up on the potions.
No, I decided against the potions and
Yeah, and we do.
Yeah.
We complete our short rest without any problem.
Okay. Yeah. Before the short rest is over, I'm gonna. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that differently because that's not working.
although
There's no way I can heal for 20.
Yeah, it's adding. You're also getting proficiency bonuses on there that it doesn't. It's just a D8 plus your modifier.
Yeah.
I'm just getting like the worst rolls today.
I do not know how that.
So you're gonna get 8 from that cure wounds, and I'm gonna do one more. It's gonna be 6. So you're gonna get 14 HP back from my cure wounds. And
At the right time, but is there any chance I already leveled up from just being in that fight?
no.
No.
Nope.
Wait, are we missing? Whose icon are we missing?
I think Jin.
Yeah, where did Jin go?
That's a good question. I don't know. I was in the middle of the. I was like standing next to you guys.
Did I delete Jen by some? I can put Jen back on there. I might have deleted them by accident.
You make
Way
the
to go,
cut.
Dan. Player killing the new guy who didn't even die.
Yep, and Ali will need to readjust your AC back down by 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't keep it up forever. Sadly.
Okay, so as we finish our short rest, in the trees there is a lot of motion, and it is accompanied by a sort of a discrete sound of gears grinding.
That's unusual.
I was keeping watch during the short rest since I was fully healed. Would there be a roll involved to kind of know what's happening?
All right, so coming through the forest, The same way as actually it would be coming from down here. There is some motion, but you don't actually see any creatures. And we will go into initiative at that point. Let me make sure I got 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Rolling high today.
Yes, you are.
All right, guys. I just want to preface this. I had to take a dump in the woods. I'm sorry it grew teeth and arms.
Right, so like I say, you can't actually see these, they're invisible, but there are some large creatures that have some mechanical sounds coming from them as well that are rapidly approaching us. Oh, I guess they'll go first. All right, so this one's going to run up. And it gets to about right there, and it becomes visible as it attacks Jin. An 11 will miss Jin, I think, and then an 18 to hit Jin.
Yeah.
For 9 bludgeoning. And it is the...
Don't worry, guys, I'm not one.
Let me do that. They are invisible until they attack, by the way. So I'm going to put a little thing on them to indicate the ones that are still invisible. There we go. This is the owl's turn.
The owl looks at the rest of the party and is like, fight or flee. And he takes out a short bow and attacks the one that's visible.
Okay. 9 will miss.
I'm going to... Oh, I can't do anything else. Oh, I can try to hide.
Right, so this one comes rushing up and now becomes visible as it attacks Bakvar. 12 I'm sure misses, but then I got a 24 for 9 against Bakvar.
Yep.
And it is Jin's turn.
What is the potion? Potion of healing die?
2d4
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, by the way, so once these guys become visible, right, they look almost exactly like apes, except they are clearly mechanical.
Can I disengage just as an action, or do I have to have that as a listed action as a character?
That is an action that everyone can take. Yeah.
Oh, then I will absolutely disengage.
And then move away?
Yes, I'm just right now I am using my tablet, so selecting this is not the easiest.
Yeah, I can do it for you. You're gonna.
I have 35 feet of movement.
Yeah, so you can get like back to there. No problem.
That will be fine for now. Can I stealth?
You'd have to be able to do it as a bonus action. Do you have a bonus action available?
I have one available. Yeah, all I did was disengaged.
No, disengage is an action. Yeah, so you can have something like cunning action or spend key points to do it as a bonus action or something like that.
Oh, no, all I have is bonus action. If that's not a stealth, then I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. Right, so this one's going to move up. Attack Zell there. Got a 19 to hit Zell for 6, and then a 9 will miss Zell. And it will be Jedediah's turn.
All right, the one that just attacked Zell, I'm assuming is in melee range of Zell, so I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
I'm assuming that hits.
Yes. These guys are not particularly hard to hit.
14.
14. Okay.
Moving into the brush and then hiding.
Okay. Tobias's turn.
All right, this one down here on Bakvar, I'm gonna try and hit him with Sacred Flame. Just needs a DC 13 save. Damn.
He saves anyway.
Good.
Make a hide. You were hiding, right? The owl. The owl was hiding.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a stealth roll there. Okay. So this one comes climbing by, but it is going to. I'm assuming the owl is going to let him go by, right? You're not going to stop him from moving on. Looks like he's moving up towards Zell, but you could come out of stealth and impede his movement if you wanted to.
Heck no.
Okay, so you let him run.
I'm at a more advantageous spot behind them.
And he is going to attack Zell.
Did he leave the owl's melee range to get an
No,
impact
he's like
of
right.
opportunity?
He hasn't left yet. He's only like 2 feet away from the owl at that point.
Trying there. Sorry.
All right, so we got 23 to hit Zell.
Yeah,
and
got that one.
And it'll be Zell's turn.
Neat. So I am going to. I'm actually going to swing at this one right here.
Okay. They're pretty easy to hit.
There it is.
That'll hit.
Cool. As a result, superiority die is getting expended, and the one between me and the owl is going to get hit as a result from sweeping attack.
Okay.
So maul damage on the first one is 11.
Okay.
And the other one takes 2. Is the one I just hit, the first hit still up?
It is still up.
Cool. I'm a bonus action hit him again. Does an 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit.
Alright. Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay, so another ape's turn. Got a lot of apes.
Guys, this forest sucks.
Every force we've been in sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mother!
I am so glad I moved.
You're glad you moved.
They're like gremlins.
Is it midnight yet?
I've seen the time machine.
All right, so he's going to attack Zell.
Yeah.
He crits Zell for 10, and then a 9 misses.
So we don't do flanking in this system?
No.
No. Thankfully.
You would have been super flanked.
All right, so he's going to move up and attack Zell as well. Looks like we hit for 5 and then hit for 7.
Zell, you clipped so hard with the that last one.
And then it's Bakvar's turn.
I guess I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to attack this one
Okay.
with my maul. Or try to.
Yeah, that hits.
For 11.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Zell.
Thank you. Sanctuary.
Okay. Anything else?
And that's it.
Okay. All right, so this one's going to move over and attack. None of them are invisible anymore. They all attack. Going to attack a Bakvar. There it is. Got a 21 for 7, and a 12 will miss. And then we will also notice that this one has a pebble that flashes for an instant. And Bakvar would probably recognize that as Sanctuary going off.
That is very unusual.
Yes, that is very unusual. It is the owl's turn.
All right. Currently, I was using my short bow. So, does it take an action for me to switch weapons?
You can change weapons once for free each turn.
Okay. I'm going to switch to my short sword, and I'm going to attack the guy next to me.
Okay.
Do I get advantage?
No, you wouldn't. You would have advantage for being hidden. So yes.
And don't forget sneak attack.
Gotta hit first.
19 hits. Yeah.
Oh man. So 18.
18. Okay.
18. And then I'm going to take a few steps back and hide again. That's a bonus action.
That's going to provoke from him.
Never mind.
Okay.
Can I still? Oh well, I can disengage and move away. But could I hide there since I'm already in the brush?
No, right that close. You're like right next to him. He would have you under direct observation at that point. You'd need to move like at least 5 feet away from him to.
I will stay put.
Okay. Right. So this agent is going to attack Zell. To attack Bakvar.
I was about to say, that's way down there.
Yeah. 13 misses, but then we got a crit for 9.
Okay.
And this one also has a pebble that flares momentarily. It is Jin's turn.
What's he
Add
doing?
2 for a healing potion.
Oh, okay. So add 2 to that, so it would be 5.
Hey guys, I'm over half health now.
This one is going to attack. Oh wait, Zell has Sanctuary up, doesn't he?
Yes.
What is the DC on the?
That is 11. Wisdom.
Okay, so this one makes his save and attacks Zell. But 11 and 11 both miss. And then he has a pebble that flares. And it is Jedediah's turn.
Alright, Jedediah is going to do something very out of character for him, but seeing what we're up against, he's going to just walk out into the opening here, breaking his stealth roll, and say, "Whoa, we are here to help the forest. We want to know what is going on, and I hope someone out there who's controlling these golems can hear me."
So he's not going to attack.
And that is my entire turn.
Okay. It is Tobias's turn.
All right, I'm going to do a preserve life. Bakvar and Zell can have 10 hit points each if it doesn't put them over half their max.
So you get
Awesome.
10 up to half your max.
Yeah, no, my half is 22. I'm at 10, so.
You're at 10 now?
Yes. I got dropped in like 2 hits to 10
Oh.
from 44.
Okay, so this ape is going to turn around and attack the owl. Got a 24 for 9, and then a crit for 9. So a total of 18 against the owl. And then he will throw up his sanctuary. It is Zell's turn.
Okay, so I have to make. Son of a bitch. Okay, so I'm attacking the one that I hit first last time, which means I have to make that wisdom save.
Yeah.
What do I have to make?
A 15. All right, so you
Excellent!
Yeah.
And it's, well, okay, so that's a maul. Ignore the greatsword, sorry. Maul does the same damage anyways. But because that one's getting hit, I get to hit the other one. With swooping attack.
Guitar solo.
So, monkey number 1 takes 11.
Okay, this one collapses, and when it collapses, there is no blood. There's like some grease and oil, and it collapses into like a mechanical heap there. And then 2 against the other one. Okay?
Yep. And because I dropped the first one, is the second one up as well?
It is still up.
Excellent.
You'll need another wisdom saving throw to actually attack him directly.
Yeah, for this one, yeah. There's no way. So that means I have to redirect it to a different one.
Yeah.
Fun.
You got a couple around you, though.
We'll go with that one, because Bachbar's got 3 on him.
They ain't got nothing on me.
Hey, 15 hits.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and do another superiority die for sweeping attack, because I know how this goes. So this one is going to get sweeping attack again. So that one takes 13, and the other one takes 8.
Okay. This one is looking like it's in really bad shape, but it's still holding on. Anything else?
Awesome. Yes, because I am pissed. Action surge.
Oh, yeah.
So this monkey's getting hit again. Or, well, I'm attempting to. Hey, look at that beautiful beam footage. Last superiority die. It's getting used on that stupid SOB. So monkey 1, 11.
Okay, he collapses.
And the other one takes 1.
Oh, my. You can't squeeze it. All right, so he is just barely teetering on. Yeah. Anything else from Zell?
Nope. That's all I get to do.
Okay. This one could switch there. All right, so this one, hearing Jedediah's impassioned speech, decides to turn around and attack Jedediah. But a 9 and a 10 both miss, and then his pebble flashes.
2 flashes.
And it will be Bachvar's turn.
I'm going to attempt to hit this one on the left with my gavel.
Okay. Need a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
No. Do I need to do a wisdom save for the other one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
So you don't get to hit anything.
Rip attack. I think that's all I could do.
Okay. All right. So this one is going to attack Bachvar. We got a 22 for 9, and then a 21 for 7. And he's no longer under sanctuary.
Are you down?
That's 1 HP.
It is the owl's turn.
All right.
Drop a bitch.
I'm gonna try to attack this guy. I gotta roll my. Is it wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Yes. You need at least a 15.
You
there
did.
it is.
Short sword coming through.
Yes, it drops.
Okay. Yeah, you pull back a short
And
sword covered in grease and with a few wires hanging off of it, and that one goes down. Yep. Anything else from the owl?
Shit. The owl is going to hide.
Okay. All right. So this one is going to attack Bakvar. We got a 9 and a 19. So it looks like Bakvar goes unconscious.
Yep.
And then this one will move up adjacent to Tobias. And it will be Jin's turn.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm finally going to hit something in this game.
Go punch some shit.
Hey guys, I'm one of you. I'm going to hit it with my short sword first.
Okay, I need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Saving, you said?
Yeah, Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Good night.
An 11 will miss. These guys are armor class 12.
Oh.
But then you got martial arts, right?
Does the ceremony not give him a D4 to attack rolls?
No, it's only ability checks.
That's what I thought.
Well,
I was still thinking.
I can still do an unarmed strike.
Yeah, you have martial arts. Yeah, unarmed strike. That's going to miss, though. Look for 12 to hit these guys. And
I almost got him.
it'll be Jedediah's turn.
Clearly, they don't like me. So I'm going to attack the one between Bakvar and Tobias with the pepper box.
Okay. All right. It's going to miss. Yeah. It is
Going to move and hide.
Okay. Well, you're going to provoke from this guy if you move away.
Oh, never mind then.
Okay. It will be Tobias's turn.
Is there a way I can heal Bakvar without provoking from the ape in between us? Like, or do I have to fight him first?
Yeah, you can just move right there. Right. You would never leave his reach, so you wouldn't provoke from him.
Okay, I'm gonna use one of my ointments on Bakvar.
Okay. Anything else from Tobias?
That's it.
It is Zell's turn.
All righty then. I'm attacking this one right here. On second thought, maybe not.
Okay.
But I am going to swing around a little bit to right there.
This one is going to continue attacking Jedediah. 12 and 13, I believe, both miss, and that will get rid of its sanctuary. It will be Bakvar's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I gotta swing my wall. Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. Alright, so this one. Oops. Hold on, before he does that, he needs to make a. Alright, so he makes the sanctuary check. And then we've got a 12 and a 13 both miss, though. It is the owl's turn.
The owl's going to sneak in behind this creature
Okay.
and attack. Make a sneak attack.
Yeah, you'll have advantage for being hidden. Yep. That hits, yeah. They're armor class 12. Mm-hmm. And then your sneak attack. Yeah, so 10 total. That's the first damage that one is taken.
And I'm going to disengage as my bonus action and move back out.
Okay. So you're no longer hidden.
Correct.
I think this ape is going. Let's see. He's going to try to hit Bakvar. Let's see if he makes his. He fails, so he's going to attack Tobias instead. But an 11 and a 9 will both miss, and it is Jin's turn.
So it's my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
That
12, hit?
Yeah, 12 is exactly what you need to hit these guys.
Hey, 4 damage.
And then your
And unarmed strike. Or my punch.
Hey, look at that.
That'll hit.
So 9. Yay.
This one, you can see underneath the fall fur, you see he's starting to look pretty rough.
Say that again?
Yeah, he's bloody.
Oh, looking rough, okay.
Anything else from Jin?
No, I don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity, so.
Okay, Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to roll out of the way using just movement. I know it'll provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay, so 7 will miss.
Perfect. And then I'm going to take a shot at it with the pepper box.
That will hit. And it collapses. Anything else from Jedediah?
No.
It is Tobias's turn.
I'm just going to give Bakvar a potion.
Okay. And it is Zell's turn.
I am going to go right here and try to smack this one.
$16 will hit. Yeah.
Sweet. For 9. And I'm going to use one of my War Priest bonus actions to attack again. Hey. So 20 total.
Okay. Anything else from Zell?
I'll do her.
You would notice that on the previous apes, 20 damage was all the previous apes would have been bloodied at 20 damage, but this one is not. It is Bakvar's turn.
I'm going to keep swinging my hammer, or trying to at least.
That'll hit, yeah.
13 on the left one.
Okay.
And that's it.
Well, this ape is going to switch targets to Zell. An 8 and 11 will both miss, and it is the owl's turn.
The owl's going to move in to attack this guy. He's going to enter and then swing around from behind. He's taking a bonus action to dash. To
Okay.
make it.
We're going to wind up down here somewhere. Yeah. An 11 will miss.
Boo.
I guess this one is, now that he's switched to Tobias, he'll keep attacking Tobias. 18 and 15 both miss Tobias. It is Jin's turn.
All right. So I think the one here to me first.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He was the first.
So I'm gonna hit that guy,
Okay.
and I don't hit him.
But
And one more time.
okay. Jedediah's turn.
I definitely don't hit him.
All right. I'm going to move and then bonus action to stealth to try to get advantage on my roll for the attack.
And you do.
Perfect, and I'm going to attack the heavy-duty one between the owl and everybody else.
That hits, yeah.
Perfect. 16.
Okay, now he's starting to fall apart. Tobias's turn.
All right, I'm gonna. The one that's bloodied, I'm gonna try and hit with Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right, you do.
Sweetie takes 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Healing Word bonus action the owl.
Okay. The owl gets some hit points back. It is Zell's turn.
I'm going to try to swing at him again. Or not. I'm going to slide right here. Still in range of this one, so that shouldn't provoke.
Right.
That way, future planning. And as my second bonus action, I'm still going to miss. Son of a biscuit.
Okay, Bokvar's turn.
Or smashing, or not.
Yeah, well, it'll miss. Well, this one could attack anybody at that point. Let's see. It is going to attack the owl. We got a 16 to hit the owl for 5, and then a 15 for 4. And it is the owl's turn.
Mother. All right. He's gonna attack.
That will hit. Yeah.
Do I get sneak?
You do, yeah, because you have allies within 5 feet of him. So. All right, so that one collapses. Anything else?
Yes. Yeah, I was just gonna flex a muscle.
Well, this one could attack anybody at that point. He is going to attack Zell. 10 and an 8 both miss Zell, and it's Jin's turn.
All right, so we got one more. Looking good, Owl.
Rocking those 3 hit points. That healing word was well spent. That hits, yeah. These guys are armor class 12. Okay. And then your bonus action unarmed strike.
Yep.
Uh, 10 will miss. Jedediah's turn.
All right.
All right, Jedediah is going to take a shot. He's going to burn a grit point to gain advantage.
Oh, a crit.
Take a crit to work. And then sneak. Do I roll 2?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sneak attack is weapon damage. It is doubled. Yeah. So we got 15 and 12 is 27. All right. So this one is very heavily damaged, but still holding on. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I got this.
It is Tobias's turn.
Yeah, you got this.
17 for 4. You can't squeeze one more out of that, can you, Tobias?
I'm probably lucky to have gotten that.
All right, it's Zell's turn.
Zell, you got this.
Last bonus action.
Hey, that's a lucky number, right?
You should play some craps, man.
No kidding! Holy crap!
Looks like Bakvar may get the thrill of the kill here.
Son of a biscuit chewing.
My favorite is that DM said this is not hard to hit.
Alright. So with a claim metal on metal, this one falls to the ground too.
So that dissolves Achilles' heel.
All right. So examining these things, they are mechanical creatures. They are mechanical apes, created to be larger than normal apes.
I'm interested in those Chinese.
Jen, what is your Arcana? Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am proficient in history. I was trying to see if I recognize the engineering from somewhere else in the town.
Okay, make me a history check there. That would not be something that would be apparent.
He's got the D4, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 18 plus D4.
All right, so these look like these are probably the mechanical servants of an artificer. An artificer is a.
We didn't meet any.
An artificer is someone who either specializes in gunsmithing or alchemy, and at some point they learn how they also delve into constructing mechanical beasts. And this looks like it's probably.
Hey guys, have you guys met any artificers lately?
Yeah, we just left their shop, right?
That was alchemist, I think.
I thought I misunderstood it. And I thought that's what he said. They learn it. They usually start out as alchemists.
A lot of alchemists, so artificers tend to be one of two flavors, either gun focused or they craft guns, or they specialize in alchemy. Yeah.
Nope, wasn't me.
Negative.
Those gems that they used for the sanctuary, do they burn them up when they popped, or are they around?
So they're still physically there, but they do not detect as any sort of magic at that point.
I would still say we should probably take them.
Yeah, maybe they're rechargeable.
And there's enough for one of. Actually, there were 6 of those, weren't there? Yeah, there's enough for one for each of us.
Yeah. There were 6.
So for now, I'd say one for each of us until we find out what they do, and then figure out, if possible, with what properties they have. Although my character has a slight theory, but.
So yeah, there's another thing that would be noted. So the 2 final ones who had a lot more hit points than the others do not look to be mechanically any different than the other 4. But Tobias would probably recognize at that point that they probably had some sort of magic enhancing their hit points. And there are several things that could do that, like false life or aid or something like that.
But can I do a tinkering check to maybe disassemble these things, look for any parts that might be useful for me? Or to get the gems out, I'm not sure.
You could try to salvage some of the equipment that might be useful to someone if you were to spend a couple of days of time. Yeah, you could try to salvage some equipment similar to what you did with the blights that might be valuable to someone if you spent some downtime to find a buyer.
Would any of you guys mind if I tried to take these things apart?
No, but everyone keep guard this time. I'm tired of getting surprised.
Yeah, while he's doing that, we need another short rest.
I'm at a hit die.
I can give you a potion if you need it.
I don't want to use a potion for 4 health.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna... Wait, 4 health? Who's got 4 health missing?
Me, but out of 10. Yeah, out of 10.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna actually... How far down are you, Owl?
I was good. If we were taking a short rest, I was just going to spend my hit points.
Well, yeah, but you can save those because mine and Tobias' spells come back.
Okay.
How do your cure wounds come back on a short rest, by the way?
Not on a short rest.
They don't?
Nope.
Oh, no, so
I wish, dude. I'd be unstoppable.
I got potions too. It doesn't matter.
Blackbear's going to use 15 points of lay on hand on himself.
I'll drink a potion.
Yeah, cleric's spells don't come back on short rests.
Can I do like a herbalism kit check to see if I can harvest like healing potions out of the nature around me?
This nature is heavily polluted. It might yield some sort of poison, but it's not going to produce anything that is healing.
Okay, but I already harvested the poison out of the bodies then.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, does anyone want some vials of poison?
I've already got 4.
What were the things that we got off of those plants? The needles? Were they poison needles or something?
I got poison out of them. I assume it's vials of poison.
Yeah, out of the blights. Or at least
Unfortunately,
components to
legendary
create
weapons.
poisons. Yeah.
So I had made a nature save. Do I only get 1 vial or something?
I don't understand what you're trying to do. I'm sorry.
No, I was just trying to catalog what is it that I got from the blight.
Yeah, we got 2. So the blights, they could be either components for some sort of magic because they're magically generated by the corruption of the forest, or they could yield some sort of component that would be part of some sort of a natural poison. And it's up to you which one you want. If neither of them are particularly useful to you, you can just use it as loot. Just to at the end of the session, it'll be just extra treasure.
No, I want a component of poison.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so you could have a couple of those from the blights. Are we ready to? Well, what are we going to do next? So this is not a big stand of trees, right? So it's only about a half a mile across. We can always decide that we're going to go back out, or we can wade on into the heart of it. We're just kind of a few hundred feet into it at this point.
Well, it's clear to me somebody's trying to keep us out of here. They're sending all kinds of things at us.
It's not natural either. Like, that's the main thing.
Right.
So all that stuff about it being sentiment and all that, that's clearly not right.
Yeah, something's clearly going on here.
Maybe that guy never leaves his castle because he seemed to believe it.
Yeah, and somebody's maybe not giving him the right
Then again,
description of what's going on.
people have the capacity to believe what they want to believe a lot of the time, right? If someone tells you that there's nothing going on and you want to believe that there's nothing going on, it's pretty easy to believe that.
It's true.
I think we should head the direction those gorillas came from.
Right? Yeah, they look like they were coming from the heart of the forest. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Are we still taking a short rest?
Yeah, we completed a short rest. I'm presuming we
spend
completed
the
a short
hit
rest. All right. So as we progress into there, the low-grade smell of decay blossoms into a very powerful stench as we move closer and closer towards the middle of the forest. There's a lot of decay going on here. And as we are moving in, suddenly pseudopods from the floor begin to lash up towards us. And all right, so we got no one is attacking Zell. That's unusual. But we got 3 on Jedediah.
That's unusual.
5 attacking Bakvor. That is pretty normal.
Yeah.
1 attacking Tobias. No one attacking the owl, and 1 attacking Jin. All right, so we got 3, 5.
Same map.
1. Yeah, we're actually just wading through the undergrowth. These are violent fungi, which are technically a creature, but they only have a speed of 5 feet. So they're going to attack once, and then we will just move away from them. But they do launch an attack, and they're indistinguishable. The area is indistinguishable from just normal forest ground as we're passing through it. Okay, so let's see. I need this. All right, so we got 3 attacking Jedediah. And they're interesting in that each one of them actually generates 4 pseudopod, up to 4 pseudopod. So, got 2 attacks. We got a 14 and a 7. I believe both of those missed Jedediah. And then we got a 15, a 9, and a 10. Jedediah's armor class is 16, is that right?
Correct.
And then the third one, we got an 18 for 2 and a 21 for 6. And then we've got 5 attacking Bakvar. So we got an 11 will miss. We got a 19 for 6. And then a 16 will miss. Yeah. And then we've got, oh, they only had 3 attacks anyway. So then the third one, we've got an 8 will miss, and then a 19 for 6 against Bakvar. The fourth one, we got 21 for 3, and we don't crit on these hazards, so it's only a 1. It's automatic hit, and then the 12 will miss. And then the last one, we got a 22 for 1 and a 20 for 8. And then we've got 1 attacking Tobias, 10 will miss Tobias, and we've got 1 attacking Jin. We've got an 18 for 4 and a 17 for 11. So, 17 for 7, a total of 11. So Jin goes unconscious. But
Well, you said only 1 hit him, right?
no, there are 2 attacking Jin. We got an 18 for 4 and a 17 for 7. A total of 11, which I think puts Jin unconscious.
Did you add the 5?
Yeah, I'm at 11 right now.
Right. So yeah, they're only one of the violent fungus attacks, but it has 2 pseudopods. Right. So its attack is 2 pseudopods. Each one can have up to 4 pseudopods. The one that attacks Jin has 2 that both hit, an 18 and a 16 for a total of 11. So Jin is unconscious, but that's okay. We'll get him back. We have healers and potions and stuff. But we are very near to the heart of the forest. And so are we going to get Jin back up before we move on, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
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 Please.
Did he use any of the 4 potions we bought him?
I used
He's
1.
good. You can just add that to it.
Okay, so I'm technically back to full. Good roll, actually.
Good job.
All right. So the wilting and the the foul smell of decay is almost overpowering at that point. And once again, the forest comes. Oh, I'm sorry. But in the middle of this clearing, there is a mound that is faintly pulsing. Where do we go to?
Hey guys, we made it to the rave.
I'm sorry, it's not a mound. It is a tree. So in this clearing, so like right here in the middle, is a tree fully 15 feet across that is obviously struggling to survive. There appears to be no healthy limb or leaf on the heavily wilted hardwood. But as we come near it, suddenly the forest comes alive around us. And we've got, let's see, there are 5 of us. So,
Six.
well, we're equivalent to 5. This is designed for 4th level characters. So we are equivalent to 5 4th level characters, not 6. Even though there are 6 of us, it scales as 5 4th level party. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd they go to? Oh, there we go. All right. So there are a total of 11 of these things. And actually, I'm going to draw this on here because there's a big tree right here. I don't want a square.
Man, do you guys notice that this forest repeats itself a lot?
It does. All the trees
Been
are
to the
the
Lost
same.
Woods?
Yeah, Link's my second cousin. He's kind of a douche.
Breaking all them pots,
He
man.
broke all the pottery in the house.
He's too cool to talk to us.
All right, so there's a big tree right there. And then from around the tree, there's this thing that looks like it is like a mastiff covered in thorns and is obviously a plant as well.
We really should have grabbed the fire.
Yeah, keep reminding me.
Yeah, you ruined it for all of us. I was gonna buy a bunch.
It's okay. My character regrets not buying Alchemist Fire.
However, if we used it, we would have probably set the whole forest on flames.
Burn, baby, burn.
I'd kind of be okay with that at this point.
Yeah, win is a win.
We would be
Forest is not
helping
big
the
kind
guy
to
out.
us.
We found the problem. We just burned it down to the ground.
Sorry about
All right.
that. No more hardwood for you
1,
guys.
2, 3, 4. 5, 6,
Yeah, we just
Oh, yeah. And I'm activating alert from my thing, so I'm actually going to get a 24.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's actually only 9 of these guys. 4 of the veggie pygmies and 1 of the thornies. Or 8 of the veggie pygmies and 1 of the thornies. Yeah, there we go. That's what should be there.
That name cracks me up.
They are quick.
They are
It's a
quick.
+7.
Yeah, they appear to be very on edge around their master tree. Okay, so the first veggie piggy moves up and it will attack Jedediah. We've got an 18 to hit Jedediah for 6 slashing.
It's
All right, this is going to move up and attack the owl. 8 will miss the owl. It will be Zell's turn.
So the only really unique looking thing is the mastiff, the plant mastiff,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and these things are just like what, tiny little broccoli tree thingy guys.
They are small, yes. Yeah, they're like exactly like little vegetable creatures carrying with nasty little claws.
And the big circle is basically just a big tree
That's just a
pulsing.
big tree. Yeah, it looks like it is struggling to survive. Yeah, and it is there's no greenery on it at all. Everything is wilting and brown and falling off.
Huh. Really wish I had proficiency in nature because I would try to roll a nature roll on that. I'm gonna move up to this big badass over here, this guy,
Okay.
and try to. Does it look like it's aggressive towards us or the veggie pygmies?
It's aggressive towards you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That helps me immensely then.
Looks like it's made out of the same type of material as the veggie pygmy. It's just a beast instead of a humanoid.
Does 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. Yes.
Sweet. So this one's going to get sweeping attacked.
Okay. So you're gonna. Yeah.
So Mastiff gets 9, Veggie Pygmy gets hit for 3, and we will hold off there.
Okay. Veggie Pygmy moves up, attacks the owl. 8 will miss. All right, so the Thorny is going to attack Zell. And at the same time, it's going to wrap its tail around Zell. So Zell will need an athletics or acrobatics check. Needs to beat a 15 or he is grappled. And then his bite will miss. So Zell, yeah. All right, so Zell is grappled.
I'm going to roll my guidance roll.
Okay.
Nope, still grappled.
And it actually will drag Zell back 15 feet. And in the foliage there is a mold that has a rusty color to it. And I need a DC 13 Constitution saving throw from Zell.
What's this versus?
It is called russet mold. And if you fail, then spores infect your lungs and you start taking damage. And if you die, you become a veggie pygmy yourself.
Can you play as one?
Good question. So I need a DC 13 Constitution saving throw from Zell. No problem.
Ace that shit.
It is Jen's turn. And then once the spores are up, you can tell that all of the foliage around this tree is infected with that. So not out here in the middle where the sunlight is, right? So the sunlight keeps it burnt away. But if you move into the foliage at all, you're going to be exposed to that same russet mold. And it is Jedediah's
All
turn.
right. I thought it was my turn.
Did I miss someone?
Jen.
No,
Jen.
It's Jen's turn. I'm sorry, yeah.
Got 35 feet of movement, so I'm going to go there. And I'm going to hopefully not get dragged into the forest.
You attacking?
Yeah.
13 will hit a veggie pygmy.
Yay.
7. Okay. Veggie pygmies are not real strong, by the way. Or not real big. They and then unarmed strike will hit as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 11.
All right, so that one is bloodied. So you punch it a couple of times, you see a bunch of vegetative matter come flying off of it, and it will be Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to burn a grit point to shoot it, the one that Jen just attacked, with advantage, which should cancel out the disadvantage from being within melee.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
That should hit.
That'll hit, yes. And you proc your sneak attack as well. But and anything else from Jedediah?
That is everything.
Okay. Well, this Vegapigmy is going to move up to the edge and attack Bokvar. We got 22 to hit Bokvar for 7.
Yep.
And it will be Bokvar's turn.
I am at 1 HP, thankfully. So, I guess, is it a free action? Well, actually, I'm going to pull out my sword and board for this situation and use my blessing to add +1 to my shield.
Okay.
So my
Yep.
so my AC's 20.
Gotcha.
For my action, I'm going to drink a potion, which is 2d4 + 4, I think.
Yes.
+2.
2d4 + 2.
And then for my... Actually, I think that's about it. Yep.
Okay. The Vegapigmy is going to move over here and attack Zell. It's going to crit Zell for 13 slashing. It will be the Owl's turn.
The owl's gonna attack the one on the left, the Vegapigmy.
Okay. That hits.
And then he's gonna disengage and move behind Tobias.
Okay. Well, I guess this Vegapigmy will move up to the edge and attack Jedediah. 6 will miss Jedediah. It'll be Tobias's turn.
I'm going to use my 2nd level spell slot and cast Cure Wounds on Bokvar.
Okay. Back to the top. Well,
Oh,
yeah, nice. All right, so Vegapigmy will come charging out. I think he's going to attack Tobias. 10 will miss Tobias. It'll be Zell's turn.
Still grappled? What do I need to get out of that?
You can make an athletics or acrobatics check, or you could try to shove him to escape, or you could shove him back with an attack.
Well, I do happen to have pushing attacks, so yeah, I'm gonna try to hit. Wait, yeah, I'm gonna try to hit it.
Okay, that hits.
Hey, look at that! So it's gonna get 14, 20 points of damage, and it gets pushed 15 feet.
Does it get a save against the push? Should have I think it's a strength save.
I don't remember.
I think it's a strength save.
I'm checking.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's got a 6 in.
And if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
So it needs a 14.
Yeah. And how far back does he get shoved?
15 feet.
Okay. You get shoved back into the foliage there.
And fucking hell. I'm gonna hate what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna sit there for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and hold.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I have. So since I'm already like in here, if I move through it, do I get that con save thing again?
If you end your turn in there, you will, yes.
Oh, I have to end my oh, okay. I'm already in it, so this is gonna kind of probably suck, but I'm gonna move towards it. So that's gonna get an attack bot from this thing.
Okay. 12 will miss.
Miss.
And this is difficult terrain, by the way. So.
Right. And I'm gonna action search to hit that thing again.
Okay. That's
So 15 hit it?
Yeah, a 15 does hit Thorny.
Cool. So.
His name's Thorny.
That's the name of the creature. Yeah. They're Vegapygmies, and beasts are Thornies.
So, in the interest of making sure I kill the damn thing, I am activating a superiority die.
Okay.
We're just going to go with another push attack.
Okay.
So 11,
Right.
13.
Yeah. He fails that strength save because he dies. Yeah. And then I think you've used up all your movement to get there, right?
Yes.
So,
Would action surge gives me another action, which was my attack. So yeah.
So a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. Right.
Made.
This.
And you said that thing's dead?
That thing is dead. Yes. Sorry, let me get rid of it.
As in, like, completely dead?
Yes. Just a pile
Awesome.
of everything. All right. So this veggie pygmy is going to rush up and attack Bakvar. We got a 27 or 21 for 7, and
Okay.
it will be Jin's turn.
All right. If I go here, can I hit the thing
Yes.
and avoid the con save?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Oh wow! Crit.
Sweet. So double that, right?
Well, no, that's what the 1 is. The 1 gives you the crit damage. You rolled.
Oh yeah, but double the 5, right?
No.
Or another D. What? Or just roll again? No.
No.
What was it?
It rolls again for you, right? So you've got 5 from the first half of the attack. You rolled a 2 plus your 3, and then you get another D6, which was a 1. So it's a total of 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then your offhand attack, your martial arts. Okay. Anything else from Jin?
I'll disengage, knowing it can attack me. Not disengage. I'll just go back here.
All right, it'll provoke from him then. 5 will miss though, and it'll be Jedediah's turn.
Perfect. I'm going to attach the one that's near attack the one near Zell with the pepper box. There's a 14 hit.
14 does hit. Mm-hmm.
15.
It does not get a sneak attack, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Oh, my bad.
It's just 5 hit. Anything else from Jedediah?
He's going to disengage as a bonus action and then run away from everything. I'll move my character.
Okay, so this Vegapygmy's right there with Bakvar. So a 10 will miss Bakvar, and it'll be Bakvar's turn.
I think I'm going to attack this one with my longsword that I'm wielding. Does 15 hit?
15 does hit.
For 7 slashing damage.
Okay, anything else from Bakvar?
That is it.
Let's see. Right, so this Vegapygmy is going to rush over here and attack Jedediah. Oh, he's actually bloodied, by the way. 21 to hit Jedediah for 4 slashing.
Ouch.
And it is the owl's turn.
Let's see. The owl is going to attack the one to the left of Bakvar. This guy over here. He's going to move into. I don't know why it's not clicking. This guy.
Okay. 10 will miss. These guys are armor class 13.
All right. So then what I'll do then is I'll stay there. I'll stay put.
Okay.
Armor class what? You broke up when you said it.
They're armor class 13. Yeah. All right. So this one will attack the owl back. 13 will miss the owl. Tobias's turn. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 13 is precisely what the owl
He has an AC of 13.
Okay, so 7 points of slashing damage, and it is Tobias's turn.
I'm just going to hit the one that's right below me.
Okay. Oh, crit.
Way to go,
All
Tobias.
right. That one was already injured, and the 12 takes it down precisely. Anything else from Tobias?
That's all I got.
Zell's turn.
Well, we're going to get out of that and right there and hit this guy. For 13.
All right, he goes down. Already bloodied.
And that's it.
Okay, so this one will attack Bakvar. 10 will miss Bakvar, and it'll be Jin's turn.
Okay, so I'll just go back here and attack again. Does that hit?
Looking for 13 to hit these guys.
13 to hit. Okay, so that doesn't hit?
No, not quite.
Alright. And then...
That will hit, though.
Just a 7, I assume, right?
Yeah. But that's enough to bloody him. It is Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm going to shoot the bloodied one, and I'm going to use Grit Point for advantage.
Okay, that will hit. And, yeah, that will take him down.
Get my Grit Point back.
Okay, so, no.
Gonna move and hide too.
I guess this one, well, he could attack either one at that point. He's going to attack the owl. I've got a 16 for 7 against the owl, and it is Bakvar's turn.
I'm going to step
The owl
forward.
goes down.
Oh, really?
Oh, precisely at 0. Yeah, that's exactly. So it is Bakvar's turn. The owl goes unconscious.
I guess I'll step over there. The guy below might get an attack of opportunity.
What is it? Are you wanting to get to Bakvar?
I'm walking up to the owl.
I mean, to the owl. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get to the owl without provoking. You could. That's only like
Okay.
It's only like 2 feet to the owl.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch him and give him a point of lay on hands for
Okay.
healing.
The owl is awake again.
And yeah, I think that's all.
Okay.
Did we win?
It is the owl's turn. Is the owl with us?
Yes. I'm going to disengage.
We'll stand up first, right? Half your movement.
Okay, I
Stand
gotta
up.
stand up. Boo. Yeah, I'll stand up, disengage, move back. And is this a new turn? So can I switch back to my short bow?
Yeah, you can use your short bow. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a pock shot at that person that tried to kill me.
That will hit. And your sneak attack. Okay, anything else from the owl?
Nope.
Tobias's turn.
All right, I'm gonna come down and hit this one below Bakbar.
Okay. That hits, yeah. Zell's turn. Unless Tobias has something else he's going to do.
That's it.
Okay.
Everything's there, and I'm going to pour a potion of healing down his mouth. 7 hit points.
The owl gets back 7 hit points. I think this one is going to try to hit Tobias, since Tobias just hit him. 12 will miss Tobias. It'll be Jin's turn.
All right. So I'm just going to try to finish this little guy off.
18 will hit, yeah. He's bloodied now, but not quite dead yet. 16 will hit. Still holding on, just by a little bit. Anything else from Jin?
No.
Okay.
I'll stay here.
Jedediah's turn.
All right. I'm
How
going
did Jedediah
to,
end up in the undergrowth there?
after he attacked, he moved and went stealth.
Okay. Well, I need a Constitution save from Jedediah.
Oh, my apologies.
Sorry about that. I didn't notice it. Okay. So Jedediah, at the beginning of your turn, you take 4 points of poison damage, and then it is your turn.
Gotcha. Does a 22 stealth roll from before give me stealth?
Oh yeah, your stealth.
Perfect. Then I'm going to attack the bloodied one with advantage.
15 will hit. He's only got 2 hit points left, so your minimum damage will cause him to erupt in a pillar of broccoli splinters. Anything else from Jedediah?
Going to stealth again.
You're staying in the poison?
Well, once he's poisoned, well, I guess, yeah, that's true.
I didn't realize it was the undergrowth that caused the poison.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move and then not stealth.
Okay, and then at the end of your turn, you can make another DC 13 Constitution save to eject the spores from your system. All right, and you do that successfully. Bakvar's turn.
I'm gonna step up. I'm going to attack this thing with my longsword.
That will hit.
And I guess I will use Divine Smite on it.
Okay, that one erupts in a big explosion of broccoli spears. Okay, so we've got this tree that looks heavily wilted, is sort of pulsing with natural power, but it is thoroughly poisoned, and after a couple of minutes of examining it, from the trail here comes a group of gnomes. One of them announces himself as Gippy. He says he wants to talk about things before matters get out of hand completely. We're going to
His name is Gibbsy?
Gippy, Gippy. Here, I'll put it in here.
Gippy, would you mind if I drink a healing potion?
You actually have a couple of minutes to do that before they arrive. Yeah.
Oh, then absolutely drinking at least one.
They are careful to stay out from the undergrowth. They say, we've tried to dissuade you from doing this. It's like, but I guess you guys are just stubborn. Can we not convince you to leave things well enough alone?
We were just going for a walk in the woods.
I don't think they're here to poison the forest.
No. We like the forest the way that it is. We like the fact that it is poisoned. It's opened up all sorts of new chemicals that we can use for, all sorts of very potent explosives and poisons, and right. We had kind of exhausted the range of recipes we had before, but now that the pollution set in, and this is called the Eltroot, by the way, this big tree, it's like the heart of the forest, and the pollution has corrupted it. It's also compromised its ability to defend itself. But we like it that way, and we would. I know that there are a lot of those nature lovers in Talgia that want things to restored to the way they are, but we alchemists are extremely happy with the way things are currently. We like this new influx of unexplored chemicals as the pollution from the tannery mixes with the raw natural power of the Elt Grove. That's a good thing for us.
Indeed.
So tell me, what kind of potions have you made it that's worth it so everyone else can be miserable? What have you made that's worth it?
Well, so the first thing, and the one that is the most in demand, is this thing called oil of Taggart, which all sorts of martial types are able to apply to their weapons, and they can end a combat in just one strike. Right? If the opponent isn't lucky, they will fall unconscious immediately, and then it's all done at that point.
Well, guys, what do you say? Do you want some of that oil?
But in addition to that, just our alchemist fire is more volatile, and our acids are more potent since we've been utilizing the corrupted, if you want to, that's kind of a loaded word, but the altered, that's a better word. The altered resources of the Elt Grove has made our previously mundane chemicals much more potent.
So I'm on the back side of this tree, and I was just wondering, I have inspiration from the last time. I was wondering if I could use that and one of my doses of Kyotom's ointment and just put it on the tree and see if that does anything.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
What was the name of the guy that we talked to before we came here? The one that said he wanted to open up the lumber stuff?
Sir Macon?
So I asked the gnomes, is Sir Macon in on this with you?
Well, this was kind of a trade secret of ours. We hadn't really shared it with anyone. We were that was one of the reasons we wanted to dissuade you. But we are willing to cut you in on a portion of the proceeds if you will leave it intact and keep it a secret. And Zell, when you apply that Koigman's ointment to the tree, there is a slight flinch to it, and in the area where you applied it, there is suddenly a burst of greenery in the otherwise completely wilted bark of it.
Okay. Just whenever I get a chance, whenever it comes back around, I'm going to use my last dose on it.
And you're doing that out of sight of the gnomes, right? You said you were going to move around.
Yeah, I'm around the back side of the tree down here at the bottom.
Okay.
Hey guys, do you want to talk in private over here for a second?
Before we do that, I'm going to use my lucky stone here and detect thoughts on the leader and just try to see what is going on in the head.
Yeah, so Gippy, he is unhappy. He had hoped to keep you guys away from the Eltroot altogether. So he is concerned about profits and having to share the resources, the newly discovered resources of the Elt Grove with you guys. He's kind of a greedy. He's a greedy little guy.
Then, knowing that, I want to say something along the lines of, look, what's going on here is not going to stop the clear cutting of this forest. We bought a couple days to come in and see what was going on. This is not going to last forever. What is your plan when a week or so from now, when this forest is gone? What's next?
Well, as long as the Eltroot is alive, we think that the magic that it powers, mixed with the chemicals from the river, is what is producing the supplies that we need. We don't think we actually need the forest around it.
Well, how are you going to stop the Eltroot, this tree, from getting cut down?
Well, once they get close to the Eltroot, we expect we'll have to make a case to Sir Macon. But he's generally a reasonable person. If we can explain to him the importance of it to our processes, we expect he will, leave a small area around it that we can then mine for the materials that we need.
I don't think you understand his plan. I mean, he is clear cutting this because the renewable forest is not yet mature. I mean, we're talking months, and this will be gone well before that forest is ready.
Well, Sir Macon is pretty financially motivated, and it's not like we're asking him to just spare the Eltroot out of some reverence for nature, right? We can make a sincere commercial interest in seeing that it not be completely destroyed. We need to keep it unhealthy. We need to keep it corrupted, but we need to keep it alive, and it looks like it can remain alive in its current state indefinitely. It's just sick, right? So it's a chronic sickness that we can manage. And actually, clearing most of the other trees around it would probably be a good thing, because then it wouldn't be the focus of so many of the naturalists, right? It would be, if it were just an isolated tops of trees instead of an expansive forest, we wouldn't have to worry so much about some random druid enclave deciding that they needed to launch a mission to end the corruption.
I'm going to step back, pondering, scratching my goatee, and I know the Jin had, or Lefty, I'm not sure who, had an idea.
I was just saying we should talk in private about this before making a decision.
But yeah, they'll step away and give you some distance to talk things over. They're not immediately hostile. They just want the same sort of poisons that you've already gained access to, that they are just mining more systematically. They just don't want that disrupted. So yeah, they'll let you talk things over.
In the meantime, I'll drink a potion.
That ointment that I use both of the doses on, it does the healing and it ceases poison and cures all disease. So is there anything happening with the tree, or is it?
Yeah, it looks like if you had enough of that, you could completely heal the tree, or something like that even. Like the tree is massive, right? It's 30 feet across.
Yeah.
So it constitutes the equivalent of several creatures. But it looks like if you had enough things that either healed or neutralized poison or things like that, that you could probably heal the tree completely.
I've got 7 healing potions and 2 antitoxins. Would that be enough, or would it take more?
Well, whenever you start experimenting like that, you're going to draw the attention of the gnomes.
I gotcha. Yeah.
All right, guys. So what do you guys want to do? Make a deal or kill the gnomes and take their potions? And I say this quietly, of course.
I'm going to cast Detect Evil on the gnomes.
Well, Detect Evil, that's not really a thing in 5th edition. Are you using divine
Sense?
Yeah, divine sense. That doesn't give you their alignment.
Yeah, Detect Evil and Good is a thing. I have the spell.
Yeah, but it essentially detects whether something's like celestial or undead.
Yeah, it doesn't actually give you their alignment. It just gives you...
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
I mean, one person came to us for help. Everyone else is taking advantage of the people.
As far as I can see, we have like 2 parties interested in keeping the forest polluted in one way or another for one reason or another, and one person that just
mostly because they're being attacked or dying. Seems reasonable.
when they come into the forest.
Right. So the one girl, Sani, her argument was that a lot of the people in Talgia who historically had who had their sustenance from the Elt Grove, they would harvest the fruits and the nuts and berries, and it was a renewable, abundant resource that has been corrupted and is no longer available to them. They don't really want to go to work in an industrial setting. They prefer to live in harmony with the Elt Grove. That was her point. She implied that it was about a third of Talgia, which Talgia is only about 400 people, right? So it's not like it's a huge population, but those that she spoke for, she implied that they wanted to see the Elt Grove restored so that they could once again live in harmony with it.
I think we got to take it one at a time. I think we deal with the gnomes right now, and then we'll deal with Macon afterwards.
I kind of agree.
All right, so
taking the gnomes down.
what do we want to do? Just tell them off or chase them up?
I have a feeling this is going to lead to bloodshed.
Generally does.
Yep.
Does anyone want to... Is anyone good at deception to go say hi and then attack? Because I get the feeling their potions will be... It'll be better for in between them than from far away from them. I think they want distance.
I've got a +4. Don't know if that helps.
I can give you guidance.
I still have guidance. I'm just a terrible liar.
I'm a damn good liar. So what's the lie? What do we want to tell them?
We say that we want to cut up the potions, I guess, and then when we go to shake hands, we attack.
Oh, Jedediah can't do that. He's a range guy.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, I can go up and start it, and you all can
as
fire.
Long as we get the element of surprise.
Probably not going to have any surprise here. Everybody's quite wary of everybody else.
So
They were totally just
we have
attacking
to-
us, so...
May I remind you, somebody created those mechanical gorillas, and they probably have more.
Oh yeah, those things suck.
That'll be all right. We'll deal with those if they come.
I mean, I just hate them. I want to kill them now.
It usually takes.
Zell takes a sip of his ale, chuckling.
Hey, can I have some?
I came prepared.
Yeah, you did.
Indeed.
So what is
So I guess we're at a setting of we're gonna go for this because personally I don't like the condition this forest is in.
Let's try to talk our way out of this if we can. And then if it turns the bloodshed, we're all ready, so it just turns into a feud.
Okay, and pushers, be ready to push people into the poison. I don't particularly think they're immune.
They have avoided the foliage so far. That's correct. They've stayed only in the areas that are clear of the poison. So what when you say you're going to try to talk your way out of this, how are we going to do that exactly?
I'm not much of a thinker here, guys, so if anyone's got an idea, I'll convey it.
Yeah, I don't have any idea. I don't know what our thought process on that is.
Well, I mean, they told us what they were doing, and they asked us if we wanted to cut of the business, and we just tell them, it's our community. We're not going to let that. We can't let that go. So, unfortunately, we'll have to refuse it.
So back down, get out, or we fight.
Yeah, that sounds like intimidation to me. Is that what we're shooting for?
+4 are here, so I'm down for intimidation.
Okay. Do we have
as well?
Wait,
That's better than mine.
Do we have guidance on that by any chance?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
So I'm going to just go to them and say, hey, look, the community doesn't like this. The guy who's using this for business is not going to like this, and he doesn't care about the trees and to turn it to wood for projects. This isn't going to work out, so get the fuck out. Otherwise, we're going to make you get out.
Okay, and I think we have help with that, so we'll have advantage and guidance. So give me an intimidation check there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And
All the peasants.
Right. So the gnomes are like, well, that's fine, right? There are those that you can't reason with, can't deal with. Good luck. We don't even know if you'll be able to cure the Elt Grove. We were just trying to help you out. So, good luck with it, and it's too bad we couldn't reach an agreement. And they will head off into the distance, leaving us with just the Elt Grove.
as I walk away, can I use the detect thoughts to try to probe deeper to see if there's anything other than surface level?
Okay, yeah. What's the saving throw?
Let me check.
A free T-shirt.
DC 13 or 8 plus my proficiency, so DC 13.
You are unable to probe deeper. These are gnomes. They have advantage against spells with gnome cunning. So,
Oh yeah.
all right. So
Stupid gnomes.
yeah, stupid gnomes. All right. So now we can examine the tree closer.
Yep. I'd like to check to see what the nature of the tree in terms of, is the tree itself poisonous versus being just poisoned?
Right. So the tree looks like part of healing it would involve neutralizing the pollution, which is likely going to release some poison into the area. Yeah.
I'm proficient with an herbalism kit, and I'm proficient in medicine. Is there anything I can do to maybe try to help this tree?
You could make an herbalism check. In fact, so Zell's already done his thing. He used his Cordman's ointment.
I haven't done anything.
No, it was Tobias.
Oh, that was Tobias. So, okay. What is Zell? Does Zell have an idea of what he might be able to do to help this tree?
So it looks like the tree's poisoned, basically?
The tree is poisoned, yes. It is very sickly.
I hear some vials of antivenom might potentially be handy.
It's going to pour
Yeah.
a couple of vials of antitoxin, see what happens. I'm all right with that.
I'm
Do
going
you
to
still
start
want me to
with
roll
it.
a wisdom check?
For your herbalism kit,
Yeah.
yes, we can do that. You're right. So we are slowly getting the greenery back into the tree. What about Bakvar? Can Bakvar, does he have anything he can?
Not without magic. No, and I'm out of magic.
Yeah, that magic. You could use magic. Yeah, if you have
Yeah,
something
but
that
I
would
don't
cure
have-
disease or poison.
Ooh! Oh, fuck!
I've got not enough lay on hands
That's
left,
my,
and no
main
spell
spell.
slots.
I'm face palming so fucking hard
Are
right
you
now.
reading what lay on hands does in the description?
No.
Well,
No.
I've got nothing. I can't help this tree. Not today.
I have lesser restoration.
What about Arin?
Yes.
Oh, that would help.
What about Arin? Does Arin have anything he can do to help the tree? You can always help someone else with what they're doing.
Yeah, I would. I can assist somebody else. I have proficiency in nature.
You might be
I
able
do
to just
too.
make a. What is your plus to nature?
It is 4.
Yeah, so you might try that. What about Jen? Is Jen going to do something, or Jen might be able to help you with your nature check?
I did a 20 wisdom check, and I added a D3 to it, so 23 wisdom check.
Okay, got it. All right, so we work on it for a few minutes, and it is getting healthier, but it does release a cloud of poison as it rids itself from the toxins. Everybody takes 7 poison damage, and it is a DC 15 Constitution save for half of that. That is poison, if it makes a difference.
So Zell feels like an idiot right now.
Okay, so Zell is going to channel in some lesser restoration. Is that right?
Yeah, because that cures poison.
Okay. And so the tree is actually looking quite healthy now. Looks like if we do a little bit more, then it will be restored enough so that it can recover on its own. In fact, the russet mold is already starting to fade away, where its rejuvenation is restoring the natural balance. But we need a little bit more, maybe a couple of more antitoxins or.
I've got 2 antitoxins. I can use both of those.
Okay, that's
I
what
was
I'm
going to try to die.
Yeah, so that does it then. So at that point, the Eltroot sort of springs back to life. There's like a wave of energy that washes through it, and it is quickly spreading out beyond it. Like the russet mold that had been infecting the entire area around it is almost immediately washed away by the vibrance of the Eltroot. And
So I couldn't harvest any of that mold?
no, you wouldn't have been able to do that. Just even trying to harvest it would have exposed you to it. Yeah. Right. So it looks like the Eltroot, now that it is restored, may be able to adapt and fight off the pollution going forward, which will not be good news to the gnome alchemist, but it is good news to the Talgian gatherers. Anything else we want to do?
Should we camp the night and guard the tree, make sure the gnomes don't try to screw it up?
I don't think they're coming back.
The gnomes don't really have the capacity to screw it up themselves. There was a great deal of randomness involved in the way that the sudden influx of pollution interacted with the Eltroot that caused the disease and corruption. That isn't something that could be deliberately re-engineered. Like you couldn't decide to reproduce that effect. it was a one-time event associated with the circumstances involved.
One and done. Okay.
I think it's best that we head back and report to the mayor.
Sir Macon? Yeah,
Yes.
so that is a complication for Sir Macon. Now then so when the Elt Grove was in decay, he had the argument in his favor that, we've either got to use it for timber or it's just going to go to waste. But now then that it is restored, he's going to have to deal with the gatherers in Talgia who want a more harmonic relationship with the Elt Grove. So that's going to be a political complication with him, between him and his citizens. But that's not something that you really have to worry about.
That's totally for them.
So what if he worked out an arrangement until he got his tree farm that he was going to put together, where they wouldn't cut down so much of it? They would with like certain measures, they would kind of scale it a certain way to where they would still be able to cut down trees for the tannery and such, for whatever they're doing, up until such a point in time that their force that they're growing is old enough to start taking over that process.
I think you could find probably some other areas close by. I think I was wondering if maybe we should take one of those thornies and one of the veggie pygmy bodies back and show them what was infested in there and show them that it's cleared now. That way that people can go back in there and take advantage of it.
Well, I would assume we reported on all of that.
And maybe try to turn the Elt Grove into kind of like a preserve of some sort.
Yeah.
Can we just leave him to his devices and go to the person that originally asked us to come down here to begin with?
I mean, they'll see the forest being good, right?
Yeah, but the problem is if we don't confront him in some way or shape, then he's just going to resume stripping it. So there was no point in saving the tree.
I'm a follower at the moment, so.
I mean, we still have to talk to him and let him know what's up.
The toxins from the Elt Grove that you collected, I think you collected enough for 2 of these, by my counting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take a week of downtime to produce a dose of each of those, but you have the components to do it now.
Okay, I'll focus on that for now, I guess.
All right, so we're trying to convince Sir Macon to harvest the Elt Grove's timber in a responsible way. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes. I think that in that method, in that way, the people of the town would be more receptive to working with him versus just butting heads and causing a bigger issue due to what was found within the forest to begin with.
Should come out to be a win-win because he can get trees from anywhere.
Yeah. So the important thing to Sir Macon is the emerging cash economy that he is establishing. And if the Elt Grove can be weaved into that in a sustainable fashion, he's all for that. Yeah. But, the naturalists in Talgia, they would like to see it preserved in its unindustrialized state, right? It's very much like you were saying, they would like to see it almost as a preserve. But that will be something for Sir Macon and his citizens to work out. It'll take, it's not something that's going to be resolved in a day. There will be discussions about that. Anything else before we decide we have resolved this issue and tally up the XP? Oh, you need treasure from the The Talgia Collective, they have a reward for you here. For saving the Elt Grove, they have this that they have collected for you. And if you were to decide that you didn't want to spend the 2 weeks creating that oil tagget, each of the components that you have collected would be worth 100 gold pieces. So you could sell that for an additional 200 gold pieces if you want it.
What did I get from the golems?
Oh, yeah. Let me get that in there. I forgot my.
So you said that, what was the poison worth for each one?
Say it again, I'm sorry. The components for the poison. If you were to finish the poison, you could sell it for 200 gold pieces, but just the components alone are worth 100 gold pieces a piece. And then
Okay. I'll probably hold on to them.
And we got some semi-precious gems off of the destroyed mechanical apes. This is what we get off of those. The type is just flavor. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 10 gold piece gems, but whether they're azurite or tiger's eye is just a product of Don John's, which I like. I like the fact that they give it a little bit of flavor instead of just a 10 gold piece gem. But if someone said, "Oh, I'm going to keep that rhodochrosite for a memory of the adventure," you could do that, right? As a role-playing token for your PC.
Oh, we got 8?
Yeah. Total.
So I guess I'll take a tiger eye.
Yeah, there were 8 total. So 80 gold pieces worth.
Yep. Or if we keep them, which I want to go ahead and keep the moss agate.
I'll keep the tiger eye.
Left, you'll probably pay for the rest.
Ha! You know me well.
That I do.
And I guess we move into the retrospective part here, the evaluation. I would be interested in Sergio's opinion as the first-time player in Dimgaard. What were your observations or insights into Dimgaard?
Dimgaard seems straightforward, if not a bit brutal, but I like it.
I think brutal is a pretty common first impression. Yeah, the environmental hazards in particular are pretty brutal for new players.
Like if I was a peasant in medieval times and leaving my house meant I'd have to face any of these things, I would totally get people not wanting to move at all.
And if you made it to 30, you would feel lucky. All right, so what about everybody? All right, so let me give you a little bit of what's going on here because I want to know if this came through. All right, so you had this. There was a previous adventure like a year ago that was like a one-off that I did, where the tannery is first set up and it begins to pollute the Elt Grove, and so this is a continuation of that. And the idea is that you have these artificer gnomes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artificer class that started out on Earth Arcana and is now on DM's Guild.
I am.
But that's what we have. We have these alchemists, which is an archetype of artificer, have discovered that they can create all these new stuff or empower existing stuff with the combination of the magic of the Elt Grove and the pollution from the tannery, right? And so they have an incentive to protect that. And then at the same time, you've got the local peasants who, for generations, have been gatherers of the Elt Grove, are upset by the fact that they no longer have access to that. So that's the nature of the conflict. Do we understand that? Did that come through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the specific mechanics, the mechanical apes, as artificers progress, they can create a mechanical beast. So they sent their mechanical beast to try to dissuade you. And then the horses, artificers gain automatic access. They automatically create certain wondrous magic items, and one of those can be a robe of useful items, which has patches that have riding horses on them. So they pulled off their patches of riding horses, stampeded them towards you to try and stop you. And then the Vegapygmies, that comes out of Volos. That's associated with forest corruption. It's kind of an independent little element there that's working on its own. So that's the gist of the encounters and the events. Did it hold together well? Are we okay with? Do you have ideas on how to improve that story in some way? Or that one observation I had was I need a way to focus it a little better up front. Like I was okay with going to Sir Macon and to the Alchemist, especially the Alchemist. But then again, I have a lot of background information on Dimgaard, so I knew what Sir Macon was like and what Sir Macon's motivations were. If I were a new DM who is just running this without that in-depth Dimgaard knowledge, and I had a group that said, "Oh, let's go talk to Sir Macon," that could be a problem for me, right? So I'm thinking I need something to better to direct the party towards the Elt Grove initially, rather than just the setup that I use. So that would be. Any thoughts on that?
Maybe ignoring the noble and just saying it's been a decree from the castles, just not attaching it to a certain guy. Because if there's a guy, we want to see the guy.
Right.
Yeah, I think a decree would. I think that would kind of play well, or
I like that. Yeah.
maybe have it as a guild or some sort of entity, not an individual.
Yeah, with an individual, it seemed like, oh, there's another side to this story that we should probably discuss with.
Yeah, I like that.
Or the townspeople can band together and look for a group of individuals that are willing to figure out what's going on.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Involve some sort of a decree from Sir Macon in the setup instead of just sort of leaving him hanging out there in the background. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's very good.
Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it comes from like the bigger kingdom where it's like there's no way we can reach it. It's just like impersonal. Like Modrons.
Right. Yeah, I like all of that. Anything else? Any other ideas that you think could make it better? Okay. Then,
Not offhand, no.
right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good to me.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, it was a good day.
The theme fit.
Yeah. Okay. Then more broadly, is there anything anybody wants to talk about before we call it a night? All right. Sounds like we're good then. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. I enjoyed it, guys.
Wait, we do need XP though. You didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said XP.
Oh, yeah, I misunderstood you. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Okay, so here we go. We got. Let me start from the beginning. We got the blights. We had a vine blight. And we had four needle blights, right? 4 needle blights. And then we have the riding horse stampede.
Is the 200 the total for the 4 needle blights, or is it 200 per needle blight?
No, that's the total.
Okay.
And then for the stampede, we have a total of 500.
So do we add these all up and just divide it by 6?
That's correct. Add it up and divide it by 6, precisely. Then we got the apes. Had 6.
I hated those things.
Right, so we had 2 big apes. They're 100 each, and then we had 4 small. 4. So 2 of the apes, they had extra hit points to balance out the CR because the alchemists had managed to get their hands on some scrolls of aid. So they had some. 2 of them had aid cast on them. The other ones we had 4 times 50. It's also 200. The violet fungi. We had 10 of those. So then we got the Vegapygmies. We had 8 of those. Yeah. And the thorny was 100. And then the gnomes. $600. And then cleansing. Okay. So that's a pretty good haul. Yeah. So Jim makes 2nd level.
Did I just level up?
Yeah, it's only 300 XP to 2nd level. Leveling isn't the hard part. The hard part is surviving at 1st level.
Man, I'm like 115 short.
Don't have activities.
Yeah. Yeah, so you should go ahead and prepare to level up, and I mean you can, you don't have to, and then use your downtime to advance to get that small amount of XP.
Cool.
So remind me how you add HP when you raise level. It's like half your hit dice plus your Constitution modifier. Is that right?
Is 1 more than half your hit dice. So if the level you're advancing into is monk, right? You have a D8 for the hit dice for a monk. You would get half of that is 4 plus 1 is 5, and then plus your con mod. If you were advancing to taking a level of fighter, it would be half of 10 would be 5 plus 1 is 6 plus your con modifier. Or if it were
unless you roll the hit die.
Yeah.
So if I'm D8, the 1st level plus 1. So I should have had 1 more hit point the whole time.
Yeah, at 1st level you get maximum hit points. Yeah, so it's 8 plus your con modifier at 1st level.
8 plus 1, right?
No, just the total of 8 plus your con modifier at 1st level.
But after that, it's half plus 1 plus con?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so there we go. So now we've got XP for everybody. Anything else before we call it a night?
Good to go.
All right. Good game, guys. I enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you
Take
for
it
having
easy,
me,
guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.